Hello, everybody. Hebrew 77, man. Oh, hey, what's going on? Uh-oh. Hello, everybody. Hebrew 77, man. What the world? Hello, everybody. Oh, no. We got some reverb going on there. Hey, man, listen. Hebrew 77 here, and welcome to Taco Tuesday. God's Armor, how are you doing, man?
Good now. That was hilarious. It's like we're stuck in the Taco Tuesday loop.
It very shifty here on Taco Tuesday, man. It shifted. But
Definitely.
But hey, you know what? We got, of course, I'm here, and then we got Armor Up. He's joining with me, and we'll have Sagittarically Speaking will be joining us shortly, hopefully. So what do you think, man? What's up for today? Well, how's your day been going so far?
So far, so good.
Hey, you're coming in kind of low, brother.
Kind of low.
Oh, that's better.
All right. I didn't do anything. So good.
Oh. Look, I got the wrong time there.
Yeah. 8, 9 Eastern. We're a little early. We're very late. One or the other.
One, yeah. I'd say it's more of the latter.
Probably. At least we're not as late as Saggy.
Well, yeah, that's true, man. I just hope nothing happened to him. I hope he didn't get robbed at gunpoint for his tacos and whatever he was getting. I don't know.
Yes, hopefully he got a good Uber.
Yeah, for sure. So who do we got in the house now? I know there's two lurking. I don't guess there's any commenters yet.
Yeah. Nobody in the house.
All right.
Lurkers. Hopefully one of the lurkers is my favorite lurker, the zombie cat cub.
Well, I'll tell you what, brother. I like that. I like that name. I don't know who. Do they have a good channel? Do they?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I just know one of our best lurkers. That's all I know.
Maybe I gotta maybe include them in our next. No, I don't know them that well to include them.
Yeah, how would you have no clue how to impersonate him? He could just be lurking. You could just have him lurking in the back, never talk. That would be cool.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
There you go. That'd be awesome.
No, I'll tell you what. We are going to show that video that I made, the Mandela Family season 3. We're going to wait for Sag to come in. We're going to do some commentary on it, and I'd also like to see if there's more people in here before we do that as well.
Yeah.
Get the chat reaction.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times when I watched it. So we can critique.
Oh boy. Okay.
That was pretty hilarious. There was definitely something hilarious. I was sitting here rolling. But we'll wait. I don't want to. No spoilers yet.
Well, you guys asked for it, so.
Hey, there's Bob. We got Bob.
Really?
He's in and doing laundry. Cool. Welcome, Bob.
Yeah, I got to get my laundry done. I'll tell you what grinds my gears is when you go out to eat someplace.
We don't have a grind my gear picture. Okay, good. This is Taco Tuesday. We're just wheeling it. Go ahead.
Right. That's for Shifty Sunday, my man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when you go out to eat somewhere and you just put on a shirt. You just put on a brand new shirt. Well, not brand new, but a clean shirt. And then you go out to eat somewhere and you get food all over your shirt. And it's like, your wife looks at you and is like, man, you need like a lobster bib or something there. It's like, well, no, see, and it's not that I get food all over my shirt every time I go somewhere to eat. It's usually just a few drops. Like you get a drop of soy sauce or a drop of butter. Last time we went to the Red Lobster, had the shrimp, all you can eat shrimp, and got that shrimp that's dipped in butter.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I had some of that, and man, I'm telling you, I got butter drips all over my shirt, man. it was it was pretty bad, and it was like, oh man, I'll never get this butter out of my shirt. My wife's like, hey, chill out, just chill out. I got the spray and wash. It's all good.
There you go. See? Panicked over nothing.
Right. But it does grind my gears though, because it's like, you know, you got places you gotta go the rest of that day. You got things you gotta do.
Well, yeah, but it just shows you had a good lunch. That's all.
I guess that's true. Yeah, can't argue with that. Uh-oh.
Oh, what was that?
Your microphone's doing something weird, my brother.
I know this program's acting goofy. Dan had the same problem. So I don't know what's going on. We use the same program. Did the same thing to him once. It just started reverbing like it did that to me. Remember, I think it was Sunday. Reverb for a few minutes, real bad.
Oh yeah, man.
Weird.
Hey, I never noticed Go Kart Bob's picture before. Is that what the heck is that? Looks like a motorboat or something.
Yeah, well, I think it's probably a go kart. Why don't you highlight his message and it'll be bigger? We can see it.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah,
I can't.
that's a go kart.
Oh yeah, I see it now. Yeah, I see it. Okay, cool.
Go kart. He's go kart Bob. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean that makes sense, but
Wonder if that's his go kart. Wonder if he's really a go kart racer. That's pretty cool. He's doing laundry, but when he gets back, maybe he can let us know. Is that your go kart, Bob? Get it? Is that your go kart, Bob? Hey, he's there. Oh, that's right. They're on a delay. He said, put up my message. I forgot. It's already up for us, but not for them yet.
yeah.
Yeah. Is that you in your go kart? Or is that a go kart that you sponsor? He's an old has been. Well, me too, Bob. Me too. Well, not an old go kart driver has been, but yeah, just an old has been in general. Cool. So you used to be a go kart racer. That's cool. Used to love going to the dirt tracks. We got a lot of dirt tracks around me. Used to love going and watching sprint cars and late models, go karts and such. A lot of fun. That's cool.
That's the thing is I've never really ridden one of those before. I've done I never had, not that I haven't been interested in riding one, but I just never been out somewhere where I could ride one. I've done four-wheelers before. I've done three-wheelers, but I ain't never been in a go-kart before. I bet they're a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, they have the little tracks around here where you go and pay for like, a few laps or whatever it is. Pay so much, and a bunch of you get to race around the little track. It's a lot of fun. I've done that many times. Never a professional race, but just like the little go kart rides at the amusement parks and such. They're fun.
Now, when I used to deer hunt, we used to take four-wheelers back into the woods to get the deer, and I'd sling the deer up on my shoulder and take it up the hill, and then sling it onto the back of the four-wheeler and put straps. You take your straps and tie your deer down onto the back of the four-wheeler and Whoop, up the hill you went.
Yeah. So Bob says he used to race 125cc shifter carts. Well, those little suckers will cruise. 16 years. Awesome. Yeah, those little suckers will move along. 125cc. That'd be fun. I'd love to have did something like that. Like I said, there's a lot of dirt tracks here. I've been on the pit crews of a lot of dirt track cars. Just the hobby classes and stuff, Had a lot of fun. I actually drove one once. They'd have the pit crew race. And so I got to drive my buddy's car once. But yeah. Actually drove one once. They'd have the pit. That'd be fun. 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh man.
I knew them little. I knew they'd be spunky. 125cc. Yeah. Be a spunky little cart.
See, I don't know nothing about that, nothing about the speeds, how they're measured. I don't know anything about it. So that's just you guys talking. I have no dog in that cat fight.
The way they measure the speed, 0 to 60, you basically punch it, and as soon as you hit 60, that's your time. So 4 seconds. I mean, just imagine you're sitting at the red light, you punch it, 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, 1,004,
Oh man.
60 mile an hour, right there. So yeah, they're so light they rip. Exactly.
I bet that gets the good old. I was just gonna say, I bet that gets a good old adrenaline flowing a little bit.
Oh yeah, I used to love watching the outlaw sprinters. Hagerstown ain't far from me, and it's the fastest dirt track in the East. Top speed 120. Wow.
Oh, I don't even do that in my car. Wow.
And that's on a go-kart. Man, that's cool. Yeah, I used to watch all the old sprinters back in the day. Old Wolf was my favorite.
The most I've ever done, even in my car, is about 80 or maybe 90, but I don't think I've done that much. And that was the old car.
I've done that on my motorcycle. Never had any of my cars quite that fast. But my bike, yeah, I've had different bikes that fast.
Hey, I'm going to ask you about biker laws over there in Pennsylvania. I notice around here, I thought it was illegal for two motorcycles to be riding side by side in the same lane, but I don't know how it is there in Pennsylvania, but it's against law here. But nobody, of course, follows that law. I mean, when they do the poker run, I always notice like there's always two side by side in the same lanes, like all the time. So I don't know. So what is it over there?
Yeah, you're allowed to run side by side in Pennsylvania.
Huh.
So we have the no helmet law now. They passed, oh my, probably 10 years ago now or more.
No helmet law.
Yeah, we used to always have to have helmets. Now you don't.
Okay. I think we still have to wear them here in Illinois. I don't have to look at it.
Illinois, because I did that trip on my bike with my buddy, clean out the backs. Yeah, I think basically every state, once we get out of Pennsylvania, we had to have our helmets on. Pretty sure Ohio we did. I'm pretty sure Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky. Yeah, I think we had North Carolina, Virginia, all of them. I think they're all helmet states around us.
I gotta get that message.
We also have 250cc twin cylinder, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, top speed of 145. Man, I couldn't even imagine. That would be a blast.
Be pretty funny if they can get those little scooters to do that. Like I see all those little scooters on the road. I see them like on the road, almost in the middle of the road, like they're part of traffic, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me! You got to be kidding me!
You little rascals.
Yeah, the little rascals.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want one of them out by the cars. Hey, there's Dave East in the house. Sweet. Said, what's up, Armor and Macho Man?
Now I gotta. I guess I gotta do the voice now. It's asking for it. So I'm doing pretty good, brother. Ooh yeah. There you go.
Good one. Taco Tuesday. Stick around, Saggio coming for all the Saggy fans. He's supposed to be on his way. He went to the store. We're hoping the Uber didn't take him away, but
And we'll be playing a video. Hopefully.
and there's hilarious parts in that video. Oh my goodness. It was hilarious.
I almost want to talk about it now, but I want to wait for Sadgie. I want to get his 2 bits.
We can wait.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I could share the video. Fizzy shared a video with me and Dan and Sandy in the after chat yesterday. It's a comical little video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let me find it.
All right.
It's a cat supermarket. If you want, I'll pop it open. Share it. Let me see.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds good. While we're waiting, yeah.
Go a few minutes. It's pretty funny. Let me see. Let me get it up where it needs to be. All right, here we go. I'm gonna go over here to share. Tab.
I would have never thought that they could go that fast. That's amazing.
Oh, I knew they could boogie along. Full blown racing machine. Yeah, exactly. I've seen the professional go karts. They are definitely awesome.
Well, here's the video now. I've got this. I got it on the screen now.
Yeah, you got it up. It's only like a minute and a half, something to kill a little time. You ready? Here we go.
All right.
Let me know if you can hear it. Although you don't have to really hear it. I think it's just music.
Oh yeah.
Oh no 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 no.
I like that with the pickles. I forgot cats are afraid of pickles.
That's my favorite part.
Oh, man.
Compliment to Fizzy Pop. Thank you, Fizzy Pop.
Oh man. That
This
was
is
awesome.
behind the scenes, people. That's what happens behind the scenes. Sit around and Fizzy Pop passes around giraffes and cat videos. It's awesome.
Oh man. I gotta see that again. I gotta see that with the pickles. The pickles is what got me the most. Is like,
Yeah, that was the part when they jumped that white cat straight up in the air.
oh man, that was great.
Good stuff.
What was that little white bottle the cat was holding up? I didn't catch that.
Like black cat. Said black cat on it.
As what?
Said black cat on it, but I couldn't quite tell what it was supposed to be. Maybe it was like a repellent. I don't know.
It was something that other cat didn't want him to buy.
No. He said.
Yeah. Oh man, that's great.
Where he was looking at all the salmon or the tuna, and he had that surprise look, like, "Oh my goodness, look at all this fish." Yeah, that was pretty. Dave enjoyed it. He said that was hilarious. Yeah, I thought it was funny. I'd share that. I could share some pics, but I won't.
All right.
Fizzy was messing with Dan pretty heavy last night, so I won't.
Oh,
I won't. Buzz it. Yeah, it's funny. I thought that was Cat Supermarket. Whoever did it definitely did a good job and took a lot of time. It was
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
pretty well made.
Just recommended cat videos if you put in.
If that other Fizzy Pop would get recommendations called Cat Supermarket. I mean, who else gets that in their recommendation feed? I mean, only Fizz.
I was just gonna say, man, I bet that video went viral awfully quick, probably as soon as it was uploaded. It probably went viral.
Yeah, I didn't even look at the reviews it had.
Something weird's going on with your microphone, dude. I could already tell. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I need to mute up while you're talking. Let's try that. Go ahead and talk a little bit.
A little bit. Talking a little bit. I ain't good at Saji at talking amongst myself. I'm not really interested in what I have to say. So I talk to myself all day. Okay, come back.
Yeah, it seems like whenever I had my mic muted up, you sounded a lot better. Just saying.
All right.
So from now on, when you talk, you got to remind me to shut my chat box because, if I don't, your microphone's going to come back and it's going to sound really weird, and it's going to make me sound weird, and it's going to make the whole room sound weird. So we don't want that bit of weirdness in our Taco Tuesday, or maybe we do. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if we need any extra weird. Gets pretty weird as it is. Was the chat hearing the echo? They weren't saying anything, so maybe they weren't hearing it.
I don't know if it was so much an echo, but it seemed like you were coming in like real low, and then you'd come in like kind of muffled, and there was a little bit of reverb, and it did happen when we were doing during the intro. That part was kind of funny though, but yeah, more or less you're coming in kind of muffled when you talk.
Huh? Strange. I don't know. Good old YouTube and electronics.
See, like every time I mute up, you sound a lot better. So it's just I don't know if it's coming from my end. I know I'm. Am I coming in loud and clear?
They said it sounded good there.
Huh. Okay. Well, shoot. Okay. Why don't we do this? I wanted to talk about some other stuff. I want to talk about Christopher Columbus and stuff like that because we just had Columbus Day. I think it was last Monday. I think we just had it, or this Monday.
Yeah, last Monday.
Was it last Monday?
Yeah, the Monday that was like over.
Oh, okay. No, I just wanted just to do a little bit of, and I didn't really get into it. I didn't do any research because we had other things going on. So I'm just going to kind of wing it from here and just say that, there's a lot of, I noticed there's a lot of rabbit holes that people go down when they talk about Christopher Columbus, like, oh, he didn't really discover America, or he come across it by accident, or he was doing it to prove if the earth was was round or this and that. And I don't want to get into that discussion because then that could lead to the whole flat and round discussion. I know we don't like talking about that. So I just wanted to do just the general, just the general history or at least the history of what we learned in the history books when we were in middle school.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot different than it was. Actually, most of the states, from what I get, if you watch I mentioned the Freedom Project media, I think it's called, the Dr. Duke guy on our show, but last week, I think. And he did it about it. It was hilarious. But yeah, basically now they want to get rid of Columbus Day and they're going to call it Indigenous People Day. And there's actually states that have already done it. They've banned Columbus Day and now it's Indigenous People Day because they say he was a slaver or whatever. I don't know. It's more crazy nonsense, in my opinion. I mean,
I don't know about being a slaver. I know he probably didn't treat him very well. Probably tricked him into thinking other things. But there's all kinds of stories, and that's what I'm talking about. Is like I didn't want to really get into the like controversy or stories or really anything like that, but just talk about supposedly the Queen of Spain sent them over to was supposedly sending he's supposed to try to find a shorter route to India. And but there was another story where he was trying to discover secretly, like he wasn't telling anybody this, but in secret he was working on a project. It was called Project Round Earth. And it was interesting when I read up about it, when I was doing some studies about it. That's some of the stuff I bring up when I am talking to flat earthers, by the way. Just going to mention that and then I'll shut up about it. I don't want to get too deep in the subject, but I'm just saying that's some of the stuff I talk about. And a lot of the flat earthers, of course, will tell you, no, it was this or that or different. And some of the round earthers will have their arguments, of course. And like I said, I wasn't going to get into the whole round earth versus flat earth discussion, just generalization of Columbus and what exactly he did. I think a lot of people get it wrong when they're talking about Columbus, that they not necessarily get it wrong, but they see all of the bad stuff that he did, and they're trying to prove basically that he was a bad guy and he was a slaver and he was um, this or that and he was a cheat and a liar and all this stuff. And there's a video actually out there on YouTube. If anybody wants to get information, then you can do it both ways. You can get you know don't take it from me. Go to different sources and look and research this stuff. Look it up. I'm not saying that I'm totally 100% behind Columbus or what he did, but you know, um, I just think it's interesting. There's some documentaries on him and stuff, and they talk about the real Christopher Columbus. They don't talk about the Christopher Columbus that we learned about when we were in middle school or grade school. And I just want people to judge for themselves and just go over and do some research. But I just wanted to point out that I don't admire like what all the other stuff, like all the other stuff that he did or was accused of or whatever. But I do admire the fact that when you think about it, he took those three ships and however many days it took them, and they went around to try to get to India, and they were doing all that, and there was freezing cold temperatures, and there was storms involved, and I mean they were lucky just to make it wherever they were going, just to find land, and as soon as they found land, I mean half of those didn't like a bunch of those guys die or whatever along the voyage.
Well, yeah, a bunch of them died, of course, on the voyage, and I'm the same as Go Kart Bob. That's what I was taught in school. Basically, back then, everyone thought the Earth was flat. There was an edge. You'd sail off the edge, and Columbus set out to prove that it wasn't. There was no. You wouldn't sail off an edge, and he basically accidentally found a new land, which he thought was India. Hence, Indians. I mean, this is what I was taught in school. Okay, this ain't. And preliminal was in the house, by the way. Welcome, preliminal. But that's basically what I was taught about Columbus, and I agree. I mean, the dude had to be very brave, for lack of the term I was going to use. He was very brave to do what he did at the time, in my opinion, because everyone really thought he would sail off the edge of the world. So he basically was like, "No, you won't." And like you said, the Queen of Spain. Now I'm sure there's way more involved. If a queen's backing you, for one thing, there's obviously a mission involved other than just send him out and see if the idiot sails off the edge of the world. You know what I mean? So I'm sure there was all kind of deep and crazy stuff going on, just like there always is. But basically, what I was taught in school, he set out to prove you wanted to sail off the edge of the world and found a new land and thought it was India, and it wasn't India, and la-di-da-di-da. And then, of course, we heard that Amerigo Vespucci, I learned in school, was really the one who discovered America first, hence the name America from Amerigo. But who knows? I mean, and like Dave said, it's just they want to erase our history. If it's something America celebrated, it's wrong. It's basically what it boils down to nowadays. I mean, if we celebrate Columbus Day, that's horrible. We celebrate Valentine's Day, that's bad, because what about the 2 dad and 2 mom families and all that nonsense? I mean, they basically want to destroy everything we've ever done in America. And I'm not saying we're right or wrong. I'm just saying these are traditions. So the more traditions they can destroy, the less America we are, in my opinion. But as far as Columbus, I haven't researched him. I don't, it never mattered to me what Columbus Day was for. You know what I mean? Who cares? I mean, it just goes to show how crazy and easily bothered people get nowadays over nonsense. In my opinion, it's a day, leave it alone. It ain't like most people get off anyway. The only people to get off for the holidays, the government and the federal workers mostly. So they're only shooting themselves in the foot. I don't know. Like I said, though, go watch the David Duke show about it. It is hilarious. I'd love to say what he says, but he did a video about it. Go check it out. It is so funny. He talks about Columbus Day and the new Indigenous People Day, and he does a real good job. But yeah, that's what I think about the whole Columbus thing. I don't think anything about it because, it matters nothing to me, really. It's just another separation point. That's all it is to them. Just anything else to keep us divided.
Oh yeah, sure.
Like Preliminal said, Columbus didn't have any idea what he was going to find. No,
right.
He was a very brave person. So was everyone else on those boats. You know what I mean? Every single one of them were pretty darn brave to sail into what everyone was telling them is oblivion. You know what I mean? You're never coming back. So they were definitely brave.
Yeah, and the other thing is you've touched on a very good important point that, well, maybe not important, but a good point is that they are trying to take away all these traditions and holidays and stuff, and just like Mother's Day and Father's Day. Well, actually, no, I think it's mostly Father's Day that they're trying to murder as well. They're trying to say, well, there are some dads out there that aren't so good and they don't support their kids, and there are some dads that, well, yeah, there's, huh? Oh,
They don't like Mother's Day either. They ain't don't like any of them. Every holiday, there's something wrong with it. They don't like Mother's Day, Father's Day. They don't like none of it.
Transgender.
Yeah, that's all part of the transgender stuff.
Well, and yeah, and those, and also, I was going to talk about this on what grinds my gears segment, but I might as well bring it up now that we're into the holidays. We used to celebrate George Washington's birthday And then we would later celebrate Lincoln's birthday on their birthdays. And then all of a sudden, they decided, well, it's pretty much almost the same month anyway. We'll just squish it all together and call it President's Day. So all they're doing there, and I know why they did it, so that the government could just pay their employees only one paying holiday. I know that's why they did it. But to me, it's like, it's just we always had those two holidays were separate. I just don't, I it doesn't really bother me, like make me angry, like, oh, I'm so angry of it. But it just kind of bothers me a little bit. It doesn't bother me as bad as when we talk about Christmas and everyone calls Christmas happy holidays. That one bothers me the most. I will admit that one really really grinds my gears. But I digress. I'll probably save that for what grinds my gears, the holiday edition, when that's closer to Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea because there's a lot that could be said about the holidays. Yeah, Bob Elvis says, wouldn't have guessed I listened to David Dr. Duke. Oh, man, I love the Dr. Duke show. Been sub for a long, long time. Very, very intelligent person. And he don't play. Like I said, watch that video that he did on Columbus Day. It is a riot. He don't pull no punches. He don't play around. I respect anyone that is willing to put themselves out there like he does and state what he considers to be his truth. And he's all about the education system. That's why I mentioned him on, I think it was Sunday's show or maybe the last Thirsty Wednesday or whatever we did. One of the shows we did last week, I think. I mentioned him. And yeah, if you want to know anything that's happening in the scholarly community, he's the one. And his sidekick, Katie, she's a riot too. They're both funny. They definitely are. Definitely worth watching.
Dr. Duke. I'm gonna have to watch the Dr. Duke show. Hey, that kind of reminds me. Um, we used to have in our hometown. We had a guy that was in one a news studio. It was our local news channel, and his name was Dr. Red Duke. And we used to watch Dr. Red Duke, and he'd always come on with medical tips and stuff like that. You got to remember, I mean, this was way, way, way uh, before Google and before medical. What do they call that one medical site? Whatever it's called, WebMD. It was way before that. I mean, this was, back. We're talking early '80s, late '80s, early '90s. I think the guy passed away sometime in the mid to late '90s, but he was always good to watch. Dr. Red Duke. They always ask him what's going on. And then there was another guy that would follow him. He wasn't a doctor, but he was probably one of the first cooks, one of the first original cooks that would come on TV. I don't think he was local. I think he was public broadcast. And it was he would always come on. His catchphrase at the end would be, "You gonna like it, I'll guarantee it." And I think he came out of Louisiana, and that was his catchphrase, "I guarantee." And he always had some good recipes, some good Southern recipes, and some good Louisiana like gumbo, Cajun gumbo. Got some Cajun gumbo for y'all. You gonna like it, I guarantee. I mean, he was pretty good. Do you remember the guy? The guy I'm talking about?
Yep. I remember who you meant.
He was kind of a portly gentleman. Always wore suspenders.
Yep. I can't think of his name, but that was his line. I guarantee it.
Yeah. But that was one man. If I could think of his, I'll have to look that up. That's going to really bother me until I find it. Well, I sent. By the way, I sent Saji a message. He hasn't gotten back to me yet, so we'll just continue the wait. And if you got any good subject matters you want to bring up, now's the time to do it.
Yeah, I got nothing. Ain't a lot to talk about.
Well, I had the Columbus thing, but that pretty much didn't have enough material on it to go on. I mean, we could get into the whole, uh, you know,
Not the
uh,
whole.
the, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know. Well, hey, you know what? You want to give this room a quick shout out?
Hey, we could do that. That'll
Yeah.
take like a second. That'll kill some time.
All right.
We got Bub Elvis in the house. Pre-la minimal with his wrench. Go-kart Bob, of course, hanging with us since the beginning. Dave East in the house. I think that's it. Let me screw up just to make sure. Yep. Great to see you four. And whoever our lurkers may be. I'm sure we have a lurker here or there. Well, they found the new organism that they call the Blob. That was a good old movie back in my day. It can move 4 centimeters an hour. Huh. There you go. That's from Bub Elvis, by the way. The Blob. We got the Blob now.
Huh. This is weird. Wait, they got the Blob.
Yep. Now
This
we
is
got the
weird.
What's
I
weird?
I thought this guy had like an actual freaking name, like a TV personality name. I went to look up the guy we were talking about, and well, now my thing's running slow. Um, hold on a second.
Talk about this
Justin Wilson.
fish, crawfish, crab. I got a couple
Was
of
it
I
called
never heard that before. I thought he had like an actual.
You get one of these 5 or 4 foot wide.
I'll let you listen to a little bit of it.
That's the back by the boat. And they get out there in the river and they haul off and fish and fish and fish. And they got some beer with them and they got some old master whiskey, about 3/5 of that. And they don't caught no fish, and they about to lost the discouragement. One of them say, look, let's don't lose our discourage. Woo. Let's make a little bet you. I'll bet you $5 I'll catch more fish than you. One of them say, you on. I'll guarantee he reach on his pocket, put his $5 out there. And his first one reaching in, he finally gets some $5 bill. He got to put it back, and when he's putting it back on his pocket there, he slipped and he shoot all overboard. When he came up and spit half damn meat river out, but he done swallow. His friend said, all better off. I ain't gonna bet with you if you're gonna start diving after him. I'll guarantee.
Okay. Yeah, that's the guy, but I always thought he had like some kind of persona name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought they called him the Cajun Chef or something.
Yeah, like the Rasian Cajun or something.
Yeah, Cajun Chef or I don't know.
Huh. That might be a Mandela effect.
Salted Peter in the house.
Hey, Salted Cedar, man, how you doing?
Always good to see the Salted one. I love his videos, man. Salted says so much. He's the only man I've ever met that says so much and ain't never said a word. That's just amazing to me. His videos are always so deep. I love them.
That reminds me, I might just start getting to work on my Thirsty Thursday. Do that. I usually do it on Wednesdays, Wednesday afternoons. That's when I get to do the Thirsty Thursday videos. But there are two things. See, I'm past John. Um, done finished John last week, so I might.
You
Huh?
said what are you going to read next? Are you going to Matthew or
Yeah, I might.
what are you going to read next?
I might just go to Matthew or Mark or one of those guys. Probably Matthew.
Yeah, 'cause you was having a lot of confusion at the crucifixion story, and that's why, because John's version of it is way different than Matthew's. And that's where a lot of the stuff you said you was remembering that ain't there, you'll find it in Matthew's version.
Oh, all right, cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to starting a new.
Matthew's covered that before John picks it up. John don't pick up until the baptism and the temptation, basically. He kicks in right there. Well, after he tells you about the word, all that. Yeah. Matthew and all of them pick it up basically from the story of Mary clean up through.
Huh. Well, that's perfect.
Each one has their own different perspective. So that's why I say when you read Matthew's version of the crucifixion, there's quite a few differences from John's.
All right. Well, I tell you what I'd like to do around Christmas time. What I'd like to do, of course, is start reading the birth of Jesus and maybe stuff that happened before that, and get into the birth of Jesus and after the birth of Jesus, maybe to his younger years or something like that. I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, well, we really don't have anything about his younger years other than the one time he ran away from mom and dad and was reading in the temple. Other than that, we have no clue about him until he's 30 and comes to get baptized, where John picks it up, basically.
Oh, wasn't there something?
Part of the mystery. A lot of them say he went and learned the mystery schools during that time. There's all kind of speculation about what Jesus did in those 20 some odd years that we don't know anything about.
I thought there were some stories in one of those other books though.
Oh, there's lots of stories and lots of other books about what he supposedly did during those years, but I wouldn't recommend any of them.
Oh, okay.
Personally. I mean, I've read them all, and I won't. If you want to read them, like anything else, anything you read, just make sure you got the spirit with you, because there's a lot of deception out there. There's a lot of truth out there, but only the spirit can show you which is which. So
I'm all down for you.
I've read lots of books about different things he did as a child, and I don't know. Some rings true, some don't. So a lot more deception than truth, in my opinion. Just my opinion. I recommend extra biblical books that I think have more truth than lies. You know what I mean? None of them are 100% truth, but a lot of them have way more truth than lies. And again, it's all just my opinion. So those ones I recommend, like Enoch or Shepherd of Hermes, or First Book of Adam and Eve, or different ones like that. Jubilees, that one's, in my opinion, all but a 50-50 almost. Got to be real careful when reading that. Jasher's pretty good. Jasher, not bad. But, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Deuteronomy is even a reliable source, but I thought now it said something about there's a small story in there about Jesus when he was little. He was up on the roof, and supposedly he shoved a kid off of a roof.
Deuteronomy is Old Testament, all about the laws and stuff. There's nothing. I mean, not that. See, I got to be careful how I say that. I'll be accused of being a Satanist again. Not that there's nothing about Jesus in Deuteronomy, but because Jesus is in everything. But yeah, there's no story in Deuteronomy about Jesus as a young boy that I recall. Absolutely not. It's all about their laws and when they are coming out. That's Old Testament.
I like what Preliminal says here. Hold on, let me post it.
Yeah, I've seen that. I don't know where that was from. I've never seen that before, about him being insulted by drunks when he was younger. I have no clue. I don't think I've ever come across that I can recall.
Well,
So it's interesting though. But that's what I mean. There's so many quote unquote books or old text out there now, supposedly about when he was younger. But that's why I'm very careful of them. But no, I never read that about him being insulted by drunks.
I see.
I'm sure he read it somewhere.
Have you ever read the one that I was starting to talk about him? Supposedly, either the child tripped or he supposedly pushed them on purpose or something. When they were little, they were playing. He pushed them off the roof or something. The child died, and then Jesus brought him back or something like that.
Yeah, that one in one of the extra books. I have read about that. I read about where he brought the little bird back to life when he was like real little. I've read, like I said, I don't really put much credence in those, but who knows, you know. But yeah, there's a lot of, that's what I mean. There's so many supposedly stuff out there now about Jesus' younger years, but I don't know. A lot of them a lot of them are used mostly to put him more new agey. Not that he wasn't a little new agey in some of the things he said, as far as the terms they use. I'm not saying Jesus was new age. See, I got to be careful what you say nowadays. People like to take them out of quote and mess them around. But yeah, he did talk a lot about the God in you, which is sort of a new agey type thing. But yeah, the text like that, where he's bringing the birds back and bringing that little boy back to life that fell off the roof, and the other things I've read in the other books, supposedly that he did. Like I said, most of them are meant to make you think that he went away to what's the word I'm looking for? The mystics, basically the New Agers back then, but they weren't called New Age. But supposedly he went and studied with them, and that's when he came back then and started doing his gospels. And I don't know. Said possible, but I don't know. I think it has an agenda myself.
Yeah, there's something. There was something I was going to say, but I totally lost my train of thought. Now there was something I was going to touch on, but I forgot it.
From a book called Interview Across Time by Andrew Hodges. It's a book where he portrays what Jesus would say to us if he was interviewed today. Huh, that's interesting. That could be a cool read. I got so many books to read, though. So far behind in my reading.
Oh, now I remember what I was going to say is, yeah, I think one of those might have been in the book of Thomas. That's what I was going to say. I think that one where it might have been either Thomas or Enoch, where
Yeah, it wasn't Thomas. Thomas is 100% red letter, basically. I've read it on my show. It's my favorite. It's my second favorite book. John's my favorite, of course. Everybody knows that. Yeah, Thomas is one of my favorite books. It ain't in there. I know that.
but there was a show I was watching. I think it was back early 2000s or something like that, where it was called The Lost Books of the Bible. And that's the ones where they talked about the little boy that fell off the roof and the dove or the bird that he brought back to life and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's the Nag Hammadi. There's a lot in the Nag Hammadi that I don't personally agree with. there's some good in the Nagamati. Like I said, there's good and bad in everything. I've always said that. I'm a firm believer in that. The Father's in everything, but you definitely need the spirit or you'll be lost, especially when you start getting into the Nagamatis. I have the Nagamati. I've read most of it. It's pretty huge. I haven't read it all, but I've read a lot of it. That's where you get the I think it's called the Apocrypha of Peter, and I think there's a couple other books from supposedly John, and I think Thomas was actually, I believe, a part of the Nagamati. Book of Truth. They're two of my favorites. Yeah, there was a bunch of Adam and Eve, I believe. Both those books are from the Nagamati. There's so many different sources. I always confuse which ones are from the Nagamati and which ones are from the Dead Sea Scrolls and which ones are from the Apocrypha. And I can't keep them all straight anymore, but I'm pretty sure the Nagamatis were Thomas and a lot of the Apocryphal of John, and I think Peter. I think there's a book of Jude, or not Jude, the one about Judas. I think that's where the book of Judas is. Yeah, the Nagamati you want to be very, very careful with as you read. It's basically all I would say. Again, worth reading, but make sure you take everything to the spirit, because there's a lot of mixed truths, just like there is in our own Bible. So, but a lot of good info, a lot of good info in it. I highly recommend researching anything to those that are truly walking in the spirit, because you won't be led astray. Yeah, the Nagamati is a long read, Prelim. He said he hasn't read the Nagamati or Enoch. I did read Enoch. I love first book of Enoch. Again, see, there's 3 Enochs. So you got to be careful when you're mentoring books and all this, because people could easily get the wrong one. But yeah, the first book of Enoch is the good one, and that was a really good book. Answered a lot of questions. The Nagamati, it's huge. Like I said, it's a lot of it's excerpts, so it ain't really like reading a book, because a lot of it there's parts missing, but a lot of interesting stuff in it. Like I said, yeah, there's 3 Enochs, Prelim. There's the first book of Enoch, which is, I believe, again, this is all my opinion. Don't twist anything around on me, my people. But the first book of Enoch is, I believe, from the good Enoch, the one that walked with God and then eventually got translated to God, or whatever you want to call it. Didn't die, just took away with God. And then there's the second book of Enoch and the third book of Enoch. I believe one is called the Book of Giants. I believe. I could be like I said, it's been a while since I read all these. I could be getting some of them confused. But I know there is 2 other books of Enoch. One's pure Enochian magic, and the other one, I believe, talks about the giants. But I believe both of those books, in my opinion, are from the other Enoch. See, Cain's line had an Enoch, and Seth's line had an Enoch. So that's where all the confusion, a lot of the names crossed over like that. They also both had,
Woohoo!
I think maybe a Jared. I don't know. But either way, I believe the Seth line of Enoch, the good Enoch guy, in my opinion, wrote Enoch 1. But I believe there's no doubt the Enochian magic one, and I believe the other one, which I think is the Book of Giants, are both from the wrong Enoch, let us say, or the Cain line of Enoch. So I don't care much for them. Same way with the books of Adam and Eve. There's 2 of them, and the first one I highly recommend. I mean, that's one of the ones the Father used to just blow me away and show me all kind of answers to stuff I had been questioning. But the second one, now I think it's a little less reliable, let's say. I think there's still a lot of truth in it, but I think it's a little less reliable. So, yeah, the third's the bad one, Salted Herd, and the first and second. Yeah, that's the way with me. The second one, the Book of Giants, it's sort of almost a 50-50. That's why I say be careful when you read them. But yeah, the second book of Enoch, I'm not sure. I think it may have been a beginning of a merging sort of between the two. The third book is definitely bad. That's pure Enochian magic. We don't want to mess with that stuff. That's what the Egyptians and Phoenicians and Babylonians and everybody else was practicing. Basically, that's the second one. Yes, there is a lot of good in it, but there is a lot of strange stuff in it too that I don't necessarily agree with. But the third one, no doubt about it, is pure Enochian magic. So Adam and Eve and Almighty, I believe so. Yeah. I think that one was in the Nag Hammadi. Pretty sure where that one came from. I try to get them mixed up anymore because I've read them from the Dead Sea Scrolls and the Apocrypha and the Nag Hammadi, and I've read so many from so many different sources I can't remember exactly where they all came from. But yeah, there's two Adam and Eve, like I said. The first one picks up basically right at the garden, and then the second one continues on from there.
Well, hey, you know, I'm sorry, were you done?
Well, I was just going to say, Bob remembers the story of Enoch ascending with an angel through 7 heavens. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Is that where they got the title of the show?
What show?
7 Heaven?
Oh, I don't know. I never even heard of that show.
Oh, okay. Well, I just wanted to say, Sagittariusly Speaking is here. Hey, Saggy, how's it going, brother?
Well, hello there. I kind of came in the middle of the spiel about the Enochs.
Yeah, welcome, brother. Good to see you. Yeah, Soda said he bought Enoch 1 through 3 plus Jasher in one copy for $12. I actually bought the Book of Enoch, just the first one, and Jasher and Jubilees in a like a soft cover copy for like, I think it was around 10 or $12. It's just a pure black cover, but it's Enoch, Jasher, and Jubilees.
Hey, you know what's cool, and I don't mean to take you off the topic of Bible readings or Bible books or anything like that, but what's cool is Sagittariusly Speaking is here, and I said we would watch my video, I would premiere it, but I think we should show Sagittariusly Speaking that cat video. He hadn't seen that. I thought that was hilarious, man.
Well, you just want to see it again, I know, but okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too. But I mean, don't you think he ought to see it?
I think everyone should see the cat supermarket.
Okay, so you got a cat video, huh?
All right, let me get a share in here.
It's hilarious, dude. Wait till you see this.
A minute and a half here. Let me see. Whoop. Tab. Cat supermarket. Here we go. All right, let me know when you got it on the screen.
All right, there it is. I'm gonna mute up so you guys can hear it.
There you go.
Okay, what the heck was that?
I think there was a grumpy cat in the end. I think a lot of those cats are YouTube cats, like scarabs.
Like
that
famous cats?
famous cats. Definitely looked like grumpy cat in the end.
It did. Now that you mentioned it.
Yeah, that was just something Fizzy shared with us last night. I wanted to share with everybody. It's funny. Show them what we do behind the scenes, how serious we are.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now it all comes together.
Only Fizzy would get that recommended in her recommendation feed. Cat Supermarket. So shout out again to Fizzy. Bob for that one.
Well, that was pretty good. Thanks for sharing it, guys. I guess you guys already watched it once, huh?
Yeah, we watched it earlier, waiting when we kicked the show off just to kill a little bit of time. But glad to have you back. Glad the Uber
All right.
driver took you away and anything like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Glad
And then
to
when
be-
I got home, I had to get everything together. I was actually getting ready, walking in the door, or just about to, when I saw the text that you guys were going live. So then I just had to, get everything together, and here I am. So I made it. That's half the battle sometimes,
And you know what they say, knowing is half the battle.
right? Or making it, one or the other.
I'm just glad you're here, man. That's on the cat video. Oh man. I had my mic muted the whole time because I knew I was just gonna lose it and you guys wouldn't be able to. Oh. The thing with the pickles. Oh, brother. Next time I see a cat, I'm going to throw pickles at it.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. There's like a whole stream of YouTube videos out there where cats are freaked out by somebody laying a cucumber next to it.
Oh, man. Is that for real?
I don't know. I mean, it seems like it. Cucumbers freak cats out for some reason.
Maybe they think they're giant caterpillars or something. Caterpillars?
I get it.
Oh man, no, I'll tell you what, that is an awesome video. Please thank well shoot, I could thank her. I got her in my hangouts. I'll thank her myself. But oh man. If she ever gets any more of those, I'd like to put it on the show as well. That was just hilarious. That made my day. I gotta tell you, God's armor. That made my freaking day, man. So
Well, I'm glad to help. Oh, glory to Fizz.
Well, another thing worth mentioning is it'd be a lot easier to get dogs to do that than it is to get cats. I mean, I'm not saying you can't train cats because obviously you can, but they're not as easy to train as dogs are. That's for sure.
The cats are definitely way more self-willed, independent.
you know, it's funny you should bring that up because me and my wife have this sort of inside joke every time we see a cat, or she'll try to call it over to her or something like that, like a stray cat in the neighborhood, or maybe it might be the neighbor's cat or something like that. And she's like, cats are kind of like, they'll kind of look over at you and go, "What do you want?" And then they'll go, and then my wife's inside joke is like, the cat in the cat's mind, the cat's looking over you saying, "Hey, look, I got things to do. All right, I got places to be." That's her kind of like inside joke is the cat's always thinking, "I got places to be. I got no time to be calling over there and getting petted by no stranger." All right, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely hear where a cat's saying, I ain't got time for that.
A dog, on the other hand, dogs are always happy to see you. They're like, well, not always, not the mean ones, but I mean like the more friendlier ones. You know, you call a dog over to you, wag its tail, have its tongue hanging out, it'd be so happy to see you. And when you're gone, even if it's just for a few minutes, man, you come back and they're just like, "Where you been? Where you been? Where you been? Huh? I've been waiting all day for you. I've been waiting. It feels like it's been weeks. Did you bring me back something? You know, it feels like that's what it feels like to me anyway. It's like they're saying, "Hey, did you bring me back something?" You know?
Yeah, Bob
Yeah,
Elvis,
dogs are. Oh,
scientists,
what? Go ahead.
scientists found out that cats recognize their names. They just choose not to react to it, Bob Elvis says. I can believe that. They are sort of like, yeah, no, not today. I don't have time.
Or what's in it for me?
Yeah. Actually, I don't know if it's still this way in Pennsylvania. I know it used to be, but you can't really legally own a cat in Pennsylvania. They're considered wild creatures. You know what I mean? Like if you try to say someone stole your cat, there's no such thing because Pennsylvania don't own cats. They come and go as they please.
Hmm. I mean, in a way, that's kind of true, but I mean, and then you don't really have to buy a license for a cat like you do a dog. So I can see how
Right.
that could apply. Yeah.
Yep, there's no license for a cat. None of that here. So just an interesting tidbit to throw out there.
Here's an interesting tidbit, and I might have mentioned this on another show before. It's kind of gross to think about it, but I always heard, and this might be not true, and I think someone proved it wasn't true, but I'm going to say it anyway. A dog, when a person dies, a dog will wait a few days before they start eating that person. But what I always heard was a cat will turn around and start eating that person right away. Like if it ain't got no food source or anything like that, it ain't gonna wait for a few days or a week or whatever like a dog would. It'll turn around and just start nibbling on you as soon as you're dead. You're done, buddy. It's gonna chew off a chunk of finger or something.
You're saying there's no loyalty with cats, huh?
That's basically it. Yeah.
All right. Well, I
Yeah,
mean, I kind of agree with that to some degree. I don't know. I mean, I've never heard of anybody being eaten by a house cat, but I'm not going to say it never happened.
I'm just going to abstain from that conversation myself.
Yeah, I remember you brought this up once before, bro, and I thought it was kind of weird then. I think it's kind of weird now, but hey, I mean, if you hear what you hear, I mean, when I was a kid, I used to hear that McDonald's hamburgers had worms in them, so you know, it's all good.
Well, I know they have sawdust in them. Anyone ever hear that one before?
Oh,
Nope, that's new to me.
I've heard worse recently, like within the last 5-10 years.
Well, I don't doubt
But
that.
when I was on hold waiting to come on, listening to you talk about the different books of Enoch, I had a thought to myself. I wasn't going to say nothing, but I mean, I might as well say it. But when you were talking about how the first one was pretty legit, and the second one was kind of maybe, and the third one not so much. I was like, that's exactly how I feel about the Star Wars trilogy.
Good analogy.
Yeah. Oh, it's my turn.
So, what do we got going on, guys? Are we doing phone calls, or is there stuff we're I'm kind of late to the party. All I know is we watched the cat video.
Oh, well, we're gonna premiere. Well, not premiere. It's already been shown. But for those of you who have not seen my Mandela Family videos or never really even caught any of them, I made a new one. Is well, you two already know. You guys already seen it, but I figured we would watch it and just kind of commentary on it and just kind of get our reaction and maybe see the chat's reactions.
People that you know inside the Mandela community. At one time, you even called it the Mandela community or something like that, right?
Yeah, but I think it got Mandela'd because it changed.
Okay.
It was it was Mandela community at one time. Then I think it changed to the Mandela family.
Okay. Yeah, you never know. It's things are known to switch around in these parts. But anyway, make a long story short, I remember that's kind of how I found your channel in the first place. Was everybody on Dan's show was talking about these videos, and I was it intrigued me, so they put a link in there, and I found the link, and that's how I found your channel. Is because of those videos. Just saying.
Well, for those of you that don't know, that don't watch haven't watched any of the rest of them, there is some adult language in there, and it is if you find foul language offensive in any way, if you got any kids in the room or something like that, now's the time to plug up their ears or take them out of the room or whatever. If you're offended by it, then I do apologize, but that's the way they are. I'm not going to apologize for what I made, but I certainly don't want to offend anybody. That's why I put the warning down there at the bottom. So
Yeah, and also it's worth noting that some of the stuff you say, I mean, if you not so much in this first one, but in some of the others, if you were thin skinned or easily offended, it's probably not the best thing for you to watch. However, they're not meant to actually offend anybody. It's all really just good, clean fun, and it's just you kind of being silly and clever and making light humor out of things. So it really is not meant to be offensive,
Yeah,
at least from what I can tell.
pure satire. I love satire. I'm not offended by anything he did in there, just for the record. Although I will, as we critique it, I will adjust my character some as we go.
Yeah, there's some good stuff on there.
well, there, none of the stuff, all of the stuff I will say is just exaggerated examples of ourselves, and it's not really meant, like you said, it's not meant to be taken serious. It's it's how I know everybody and know what goes on behind the scenes, and I just take whatever personalities are out there and I amplify them and make over exaggerated um, they're caricatures of the real people. They're not actually how those people actually act, is what I'm trying to say.
Bob Elvis says enough of this disclaimers. Let's get the live reaction stream.
All right, cool. So, with no further ado, is everybody ready?
Rock and roll.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, I'm going to skip over the intro because it's
Well, might as well just play it. Just get it playing.
the whole thing.
I mean, yeah, if we're gonna watch it, let's watch it.
The whole thing.
Well, yeah.
Intro's kind of long though.
I mean, the amount of time we've talked about it, we could have watched it.
Okay. Well, let me get the screen share on. There we go. And there's the world premiere of the Mandela Family. That looks funny. Season 3. Let me rewind it back if we want to watch the intro. Are you sure?
I'm fine with it. Let's do it.
Yeah, now this is 26 minutes long. Let me know if I got to turn it down or turn it up. Here we go. Oh, here we go.
Last time on the Mandela Family.
There it goes. I think I'm pregnant.
Dead, Mr. Spock. He's dead, Jim. He's dead, Captain. He's dead, John. Everybody, it's... Hi, Gizmo. How you doing, buddy? Oh, really? I never heard that before. Oh, yeah? The Chinese dude? He did? Oh, man, that's crazy. So,
Two .38 caliber slugs to the gut that took Dallas from a primetime guilty pleasure to a...
It has come to my attention that I am pregnant.
And now, season 3 of the Mandela Family.
Why did you say it that way?
Because I can't control the volume of my voice.
Whatever. Let's begin the show. Taking a bath because I really need to. Taking a bath because I really want to. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, I love taking the bath so much. Oh, yeah. What kind of song is that? Just one I made up in my head. Hey, wait a minute. What the hell are you doing in my bathroom? Oh, I just came through the vortex. Oh man, I told the landlord to close that vortex last week. Well, can you do me a favor, please? Yeah, sure thing. Wait a minute, who are you? Why, I'm Carla Redpill, of course. Yeah, of course. I should have figured that out. Well, can you do me a favor, please? Yeah, sure thing. What is it? Can you get the hell out of my bathroom? Oh, jeez. Aren't you the grouchy one? I'm getting out of here then. Huh. I do declare. Can everybody hear it?
Yep.
All right. Well, I guess I better get out of this bathtub then. Go over to good old Hebrews' house and see what he's up to.
Now it got quieter.
I'm really hungry. Maybe I should eat something first. Hebrew never really has anything good to eat at his house. What is this? There's water all over my floor. Well, it can't be from the bathtub. Right? Because, water could never just come from the bathtub. What? Now, who the hell are you? Oiler Greg? Hello? Oh, man. I'm really going to have to tell the landlord to close off that portal. Well, I'm sorry about this, Oiler Greg, but I'm really feeling violated right now, so if you don't mind. Oh, yeah, sure. I was just heading over to Hebrew's house anyway. Oh, okay, good. All right. Whew. Well, I better go tell the landlord about that portal before any more people crawl through it. Gee whiz.
Well, there ain't much on TV. I sure am bored.
Broadcasting from deep in the heart of Texas. It is now the 11th hour.
What the hell is this crap? Oh, that's it. I've got to change this garbage. Oh, yeah, this is much better.
H is for us. It's changed.
This is my favorite part.
Oh, come in. Hey, brother. Oh, hey, Armor. How you doing, my good friend?
I'm here too, hero, you know.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. Let me turn the TV down. Yeah, it is kind of loud.
Our house
Let's see.
in the middle of...
There we go. So, what brings you guys here?
Well, I'll tell you, man. There's people that just keep. Oh, there he is, lurking. Passing through the portal that's in my in my bathroom, and now there's water all over the damn floor, and it just sucks. People keep passing through that portal. I told my damn landlord about a week ago if he could please close the portal off. He don't want to do it. So
we got bored and just come over here and decided to see what you were doing. Oh, I'm just sitting here watching TV. Actually, just sitting here watching YouTube. All right, brother. That's cool. Hey, man, you got anything good to eat around here? Oh, I've got some taco salad that I made yesterday. I'll have some of that. That doesn't sound too bad, but I don't want it with the black olives in it.
There's our lurker right there.
Oh, okay. Well, guys, have a seat. Make yourselves feel at home. You can put that sword anywhere, Armor. No thanks, brother. I ain't gonna be putting this sword nowhere.
That's great.
Okay. Well, just have a seat then. Hey, Hebrew, I forget again. Where's your bathroom at? Just down the hall and to the right. All right. See you later.
Pause it a minute there, brother.
Should be something different to you today.
All right.
I did have to ask this as we're watching, because this is what I was thinking whenever I was watching it yesterday. Saji just came from his own bathroom and went to your place, and now he got to go to the bathroom. So I'm hoping the brother ain't got a bladder problem.
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing. Like, what is it? What is it with me having to be in the bathroom all the time?
I don't know. Well,
I seems to like the bathroom.
the first time you were taking a bath, you didn't actually use the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good. Just needed some clarification. Carry on, and I'm not putting my sword nowhere.
That's right, man.
Man, he sounds different every day. Every day I talk to him. It's almost as though we're from a different reality or something. I guess so. Oh, yeah. Did you offer me some taco salad a while ago? Oh, yeah, that's right. Let me go get it. Here, have a seat, and I'll be right back. Oh, wait. Are you thirsty? Yeah, what you got, my brother? We got unsweetened tea. We got Sprite, Coke, Mountain Dew, Mellow Yellow, Orange Crush,
This part's funny too.
Sunny D. Oh, I'll take some Sunny D, man. Really? No, I'm just kidding. I ain't gonna take no Sunny D. I want some, I don't know. I'll probably take some tea.
Oh, here we
Some
go.
sugar or some sweetener. Oh,
Yeah.
I got some sweetener. Hold on.
I think I got you down right there, brother. Your voice.
No boy. My knees aren't really feeling too good these days. All right, brother. I'll be right here.
Got some sweetener.
Sugar.
Yeah, I could tell that it's Wednesday because you made tacos yesterday.
Sunday.
There you go.
I must have missed this one. Oh, wait a minute. I'm on this one. I don't remember it. That's weird. Why am I talking to myself? I could be talking to the Father. I know it's kind of kooky. Yeah, not to get you a little bit spooky there, my man. Saji, is that you?
Hold on a
Yeah,
second.
I put on this.
Pause real quick. I like it when you're like, I don't remember this one. What was this one? Oh wait, I'm in this one.
Why am I talking to myself? I could be talking to the Father.
All right.
Yeah, that was a pretty good line.
That's good.
Oh, here's where Saji comes in with the tuxedo on. Okay, check this out.
Tuxedo. What? I put on this tuxedo. I found it in Hebrew's closet. What do you think? Well, I mean, it looks nice and everything, but why do you got on a tuxedo? Oh, I don't know. I just, I just felt like wearing a tuxedo, man. I was just sitting there getting bored, and plus, I got water over my bathroom floor. And Saji, why have you got a tuxedo on? Well, Hebrew, looks like it didn't fit you anymore. Can I have it? Oh, sure, why not? Hey, brother, I hate to sound like an ungrateful little ingrate, but where's my tea? Oh, crap! All right, I'll be right back.
Can you pause it again?
Yeah, sure.
Oh
So,
Never did the darn
so
tea.
never mind the fact that I'm wearing a tuxedo. Apparently, I've decided to go through your closets.
And decided to use the tuxedo of all the stuff I'm sure is in his closet.
Yeah.
See,
You went through my closet. What the hell? And then,
I mean, if I found a tuxedo in your closet, I must have been going through your closet, right?
right? And then I like how Armor says, "Hey, where's my tea?"
yeah. Well, Elvis says, as a reaction, they don't like this humor at all. They're an Asperger's, so I'm not really representative. And Tobin says, you ain't got a tuxedo on because you're going to Dan and Vivian's wedding.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately, Tobin, this will be my second time sitting through this. So
Okay.
Well, I got one on you. I watched it a second time this morning, so I'm working on my third.
Oh, are you?
oh man, die hard. Okay, now we're coming to the part that I didn't care much for, but carry on.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, he also forgot about those nachos, didn't he? Yeah, well, the nachos, it just so happens I like nachos. I like I like those little chicken things that you get from the store. Those things are awesome, man. But I tell you what, I can't hardly eat them anymore because they give me gastrointestinal digestive issues. You know what I
I just
mean?
made up a word.
Oh yeah, well, hang here. I'm gonna sit here on this couch and ain't this guy got nothing better to do than watch YouTube videos all day? Hey, where's his computer at anyway? I think that's it right over there in the corner, isn't it? Huh? What are you talking about? Oh yeah, there it is right over there. Oh yeah, that is his computer over there. I thought Hebrew had a laptop, not a hard top. Well, I don't. God damn, shit, there's a fly on this lamp. Oh, man. Armor. Oh, goddamn, my hat fell off. Can you pick that up for me? I can't bend over right now. This tunic makes it hard for me to bend over. I think you just killed Hebrew's lamp, man. By the way, well, there was a fly on it. I can't stand flies. But Armor, I thought you'd never heard a fly. What? No, that's just a misconception about me. I kill flies all the time. I can't stand them. They land on my TV, and then when I'm trying to watch my shows, you mean your stories? Oh yeah. Yeah, when I'm trying to watch my stories, they land on TV, they get in the way, and I can't see what the hell I'm watching, so I don't like them. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Hey, don't tell Hebrew this, but I'm going to go over on his computer and jack all his shit up. Oh, man, that'd be funny. Go over there and do that. I dare you.
Well, you had to do it because
he got no
dared you.
Pictures on here. Oh, God. If he's got dick pics on here, I'll kill him. Yeah, I don't blame you. I can't really blame you there. I don't understand why.
I see what part you're
guys
talking
would have
about.
dick pics all over their computer.
That's the part I don't like is a little out of it. It's cool.
Do what now?
But yeah, that's the part I didn't like. This little part right here.
Oh, okay.
We are critiquing.
Huh?
I said we are critiquing, so that's why I'll bring it up. But
Yeah, and I have to even admit it's pushing it almost a little too far right there.
yeah, you were doing such an hilarious role right there. It sort of went a little bit downhill at this moment, just for a bit, in my opinion.
Okay, but I pick it up again.
Yeah, it gets funny again for sure.
Women that are like single too, yeah, sure, I guess. I don't know. But let's see here. I'm going to totally mess with his computer and just mess everything up just for no reason. Hey, do you want to go to Suso's after this? I hear he's got a drink special going on tonight. Yeah, sure. Why not? That sounds good. As soon as I jack up Ebro's computer. Oh gosh, this is gonna be so funny. I know, right? That's what. Oh, shh! Here he comes. Just act natural. Okay. Oh, I found some nacho. What the hell? Uh-oh, he's on to us. Oh, you knocked over you smashed my lamp with your sword. There's a helmet on the floor and armor. What are you doing on my computer? Well, Ebro, I gotta tell you, you had a bunch of junk files on here, so I decided I'd be a good citizen, come over here and help you out. Oh, that's awfully nice of you. Why are you laughing, Saji? Oh, nothing. I just thought of a funny joke, that's all. All right. Oh, shit, I forgot your tea again, Armor. That's all right. Take your time. I got no place to go. I'm good. Oh, boy. So, hey, are you laughing? No, man. Jeez, you're all like paranoid, Ebro. Well, you did steal that tuxedo out of my closet, so I have every right to be paranoid, you know. Just forget it, man. Oh, okay. Oh, gosh. Whew. Man. Good times, good times. All right, let's see here. Erase the protective files and send them some spam and malware. Well, now, Armor, we don't want to destroy the man's computer. Yeah, I kind of do. What are you talking about, Armor? What for? Well, you see, at one time, Hebro brought me some iced tea one time, and it didn't have any sweetener in it, and it tasted disgusting, so I spit it out. And I didn't like it much after that. Oh, you're just messing with me. Right. But I did always want to get it back for that, so here goes everything. Hey, wait a minute. I thought you took your tea like you took your coffee, like a man. Well, tea's a little bit different, you know. I know.
There we go. Suso's bar.
All right, everybody, we're going to be doing trivia in about half an hour. So
Why is
everybody have
Suso-
your trivia game packs ready.
Why is he all dressed
I
up?
love trivia.
That's what I was wondering. He's sporting the sweetness bar this week.
All right, just give me a second there, Bearded Rhino. Oh, no problem, man. Oh, man, this music's awesome. Yeah, I just got it in yesterday. Something about, they shipped it to me for free, so I figured, why not put it in the machine, you know? All right. Welcome all. Father's love. Hey, Armor, what's up, brother? Oh, nothing much. Just thought I'd come in here with my friends, Sagittariusly speaking, bro. All right, we'll pull up the seat, my man. I'll be with you shortly. So what are you guys drinking? I'll get the first round. I'll take a Miller Lite. I just like want a Heineken or something like that. A Heineken? That is, I'll take a Miller Lite too. All right, that's 2 Miller Lights and a Bud. All right, guys, that'll be.
Pause that.
All right.
Here you go.
All right, what the heck am I drinking? Because I didn't understand. I ordered 2 Miller Lights and a Bud. What? You got me.
It was supposed to be a Bud.
Oh, okay. All I heard was Bud. Okay,
I have a question. Why is Suso all dressed up?
Yeah, I don't know. You got him sporting the 3-piece, man. Got his tie on. He's tending some serious bar.
Oh, yeah.
Tobin's quietly sneaking out, so you scared him off. Well done.
Uh-oh. Well, it's almost over.
Yeah, there's only a little more torture. Hang in there, people. If you can't take this, you're never going to be able to stand the apocalypse.
There you go.
All right, I'll be right back with your change, Armor. Keep it. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, now this party's getting live. All right, Ebro. Oh man, Ebro. Ebro, what are you doing? Oh! Maybe I should sit on the stool. Yeah, that sounds about right. Hey, thanks, Armor Up, for the beer. I'll get the next round. Hey, no problem. Besides, you got to realize something. I do work for the Father. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, he does provide. So, what are you drinking out of there, Armor Up?
Right, dude. You're not right.
Like a man. I drink my beer out of a big old goblet like a man. Yeah, I was gonna say that's a big fancy goblet you got there, man.
Wait a minute, wait. I just wanted to say that goblet, it was supposed to be bigger than that, but it just looks like a wine glass.
Oh, that's funny. You're not right, dude.
Okay.
But I didn't know Cecil had goblets in his bar. Oh yeah, I carry the goblets all the time. You know, it's the way I get down. You know. Forget goblets, man. I tell you what, I got a good idea for a drink.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, excuse me, guys. I got to tell Susu about this one. Hey, my man. Who are you, by the way? Oh, Ebro. Where's your beer? You drink your beer out of a goblet. I drink mine out of a jar. Oh, hey, brother, what are you yelling for? Oh, that's because the music was playing loud. So anyway, hey guys, I got an awesome drink I think Susa would like to make. Oh yeah, you never did say who you were, by the way. Man said you just have to press on things, don't you? Yeah, you know me, Hebrew. Always pressing, pushing forward. Now, who are you again? I am Matrix Lord. Oh yeah, Matrix Lord. Good old Matrix Lord. How you doing, Matrix Lord? Well, pretty good, Sagittarius.
This is the other part I didn't care too much for, just for the record.
What goes into this drink? Yeah, I'm up for any suggestions you might have there, Mr. Matrix. Well, oh wait, let me get my thing out. There we go. There's my mix and blender type deal. Now just tell me the ingredients, I'll add it to it. All right. Now the name of this drink is called a Rocky Mountain Hot Dog Smoothie.
Gross.
Well, I gotta tell you, first off, that sounds pretty.
Pause it a minute. Pause it up a minute.
I don't think I'm gonna
Pause
make
it up
that.
a minute. Okay.
Oh,
What's up?
Robin had a question in the chat. Who is Matrix Lord?
Isn't he always on Dan's chat all the time?
I've never seen a Matrix Lord.
Really?
No, I could be wrong though, but I don't. Of course, because I haven't watched a lot of Dan's shows because I've been working. But yeah, I don't know a Matrix Lord. It's just good.
Yeah, I don't know who Matrix Lord is either. So, but I assumed that you did. So,
Huh. Maybe I'm getting him mixed up with Matrix. Somebody.
Dirty Matrix. There's a Dirty in Matrix. I know that.
Oh. Yeah, maybe I got him mixed up with one of the Matrix. Now, what is it exactly about that scene that bothered you?
Oh, just. Well, not this. It's the scene that's coming up.
Oh, okay. Well, huh?
Basically, yeah, Life Matrix. Maybe that's who you're thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Life Matrix has been around quite a while.
Well, when we get to the scene, we'll pause it and you can tell me what bothers you about it.
No, it's just basically the extreme swearing in this little section. That's basically all that.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I think yeah. We was here to critique, so I just wanted to say. Other than that, it's hilarious. It's a riot.
Here we go. You guys ready?
yep.
oh, come on, Suso. Be adventurous for once. All right, what's it go? What goes in it? It takes 6 hot dogs. You put those in there. 6 hot dogs.
And then you take a whole jar of salsa. You put that in there. Okay. Go on. Then you take a pint of tomato juice, 6 shots of vodka, 7 shots of tequila, 3 shots of Everclear, and just a splash of lime. That sounds okay. That's what I've heard of being adventurous, but that sounds just really fucking awful. And I'm not going to make
A splash.
Oh, come on. Why not, Suso? You want to drink this? Hell no. That sounds disgusting.
what I thought. Hello, party people. Why drink that disgusting drink when you could drink my avocado drink, man? Hey, it's Dan. Hey, Dan. All right, it's Dan. Oh boy. Ugh. That's why I don't introduce myself in rooms. Hey, you want to get out of the way, brother? Huh? Oh, yeah, I've been working out, guys.
And just for the record, he has been working
Watch
out.
out, Dan. You knocked us all over.
Hey, sorry about that, party people. But my drink is called the Avocado Passado. The Avocado Passado? Yes, the Avocado Passado. I've never heard of an Avocado Passado before, but what the heck, I'll give it a try. All right, here's what you do. You take 6 avocados, you throw them in the blender, hot sauce, tomato juice, a splash of lime, 6 shots of tequila, a fifth of Everclear,
Oh, God.
and just a hint of Admiral Nelson spice rum. Dan, that doesn't sound any better. Besides just the fact that it doesn't have hot dogs in it, though, does make it sound better.
I sure as hell wouldn't drink one. And I'm the bearded rhino.
That doesn't sound very good at all, Dan.
Wait a minute, guys. Hold on. I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay, I guess we can talk amongst ourselves.
Well, while he's gone, I'm taking his seat. I'll tell you that much right now. Why are you shouting in my bar? Oh, sorry.
Ain't no problem. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and make this avocado passado.
Guys,
What? Who? What? When? Where? Why?
guys, we have no time for avocado fasciados.
What?
Sorry, Dan. I just got a call regarding the Mandela effect.
The Mandela effect?
Mandela effect?
Mandela effect?
The Mandela effect? Yes, the Mandela effect. Guy Fawkes said he just found a portal in his bathtub. A portal in his bathtub?
A portal in his bathtub?
A portal in his bathtub? Yes, a portal in his bathtub.
Oh my goodness. Do you think this could be tied to the same incident that happened in my bathtub?
Yes, I do believe so, Saji. Well then, guys, we've got no time to waste. To the Mandela Mobile,
Hero, we don't have the Mandela Mobile no more.
What do you mean we don't have the Mandela Mobile no more?
Remember, Noble disappeared in it about 6 weeks ago.
Oh my good lord, I do believe you're right.
Guys, may I make a suggestion?
Sure thing, Dan. Suggest away.
I'm listening. Maybe we should just teleport there.
Wait a minute. You have the powers to teleport?
Yeah, I've always had those powers. Where have you been?
Oh, crap.
Hey, wait, this show's not over yet.
See you next time on The Mandela Family.
Not bad, brother.
So there we go.
Definitely some hilarious parts in there. Loved it when you were sitting on the couch and flipped on Dan, and then flipped over to Shifty Sunday. Part. Me killing your lamp. That was good. Good stuff.
We still have people in here. Oh yeah, okay. We got Mike watching. Good.
You didn't scare them all away. Dave wanted to know what happened to Fizzy in that episode. She wasn't in that one.
No, not in that one. I might bring her in the next one.
You
I
got,
did like.
sometime we'll have to replay the one you did. I think it was season 2 where Dan's in jail. That's my favorite. That's by far my favorite of all. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I like that one. How long is that one?
And I loved it when Saji, when you kept playing the TV, he's like, "Our house is a very."
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff.
So, Saji, what'd you think about how I did your voice?
Not bad, not bad. It's funny.
Oh, he's muted.
I'm not muted. Oh, Saji.
Yeah, Saji. Well,
I
okay.
sort of walked into him at the first
Yeah,
one.
I'm here.
In the tub. I wasn't sure, but yeah, afterwards, you got his voice down a little better after he's into it, I think.
Okay. But your voice, I think I did yours okay, like when you were in Hebro's living room. But then it seemed like after that I kind of lost your voice there when we were at Suso's bar a little bit.
Yeah, but I think he got Saji a lot better myself.
What?
At the bar. Soda said he's listening at work, but he has the volume really low. Good idea.
Yeah.
And Things You Forgot just showed up. Welcome.
Oh man, he missed our video.
Yeah, some of us are blessed, I guess.
Very funny. But how long is that one video? The one where Dan's in jail. Is that pretty long?
I don't remember. Heck, I ain't watched it since last year when you put it out, or 8 months ago, whatever it was.
Well, it ain't like we run these shows. I mean, when we run our shows, we run them about 2 hours and something.
Yeah. Yeah, that is. No, that is hilarious.
Let me. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. Is there any cussing in that?
I don't think so. If there is, there ain't very much.
Okay.
Yeah,
Dave
it's not as bad, I don't think.
Dave East has a good. He said you should do an episode, The Search for Noble.
Yeah. Well, you notice that's
I love how you included that in the end too. By the way, that was hilarious. We don't have the Mobile anymore. Noble took it, disappeared.
Yeah.
Keep Noble in your prayers. We really haven't heard from him in a while. But
yeah, that's what I've tried to keep the lines of communication open to him, but he's just gone on the high. I can't talk.
Hiatus.
Yeah. What you
hyena? Is he hanging out with hyenas or is he on a hiatus? That's
hiatus. Hiatus. Yeah. Yeah.
Tobin wants to know if Dan was in Facebook jail again. No, we're talking about the original one.
You guys talk amongst yourselves, and I'll go try to find that real quick.
All right, Saji talks amongst ourselves. How
All right.
brother? Got your
all right, I guess.
Got the water dried up.
Yeah, I'm back to high and dry.
All right, cool.
While we were watching the video, I came in here in the kitchen. I was getting some things done. I figured I could multitask. So now I'm almost done. I'm setting pour myself something to drink. I would offer you some tea, but you know.
Yeah, I never do get my tea. Do you ever notice that? Luckily,
Yeah.
I could get a blah, 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 blah. because I was thirsty. Davey's got to go. Have a good day, my brother. Thanks for stopping in for the mayhem. And yeah, Ralph, we ain't heard from Noble in a while, but he does take hiatuses sometimes, so I'm sure that's hopefully all, you know. But yeah, we haven't heard from Noble in probably about 6 weeks, like Hebrew said. It's been a little while. But hopefully he's just on a break. We all need a break now and then.
That is a true statement.
But never hurts to keep him in your prayers. Never hurts to keep me in your prayers. Keep us all in our prayers. We need it. But yeah, I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure he probably is too. He probably just, like you said, just needed a break from one of our alternate realities.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I have to say, Hebrew does do overall good. Not only does he do a good job of emulating voices, but his ability to switch back and forth between them. I mean, that takes some talent.
Yeah. So did maybe, brother. He says maybe he realized the flat earth. Not gonna go there. But maybe.
He became convinced that he had to personally go out there and debunk it, and he's on his way to Antarctica.
Ah, there you go. Maybe he's yeah. I'm doing a Hebrew.
Circumnavigating? Now. Yeah.
That's the word I was trying to say. Maybe he's circumnavigating the globe as we speak. So, hey, Alone One in the room. Welcome, Alone One. Glad you made it. You missed all the mayhem. Thank goodness. Welcome.
Yeah, well, every time someone new shows up, we could just restart the video. What do you think?
I beg of you. Yeah, and I agree, Tobin, that it does worry people when they just disappear like that. But we're all grown adults and we all have a life, and who knows what happened. I know, I don't want to speculate or cause any undue worry, but the hurricane did go right up by there right about the time he disappeared. So maybe they just have some power problems, or maybe internet problems or something. But I did notice about the time he disappeared was about the time the hurricane hit up that area and around near where he was. So I'm sure he'll be back. I'm sure it's fine. Maybe just some power problems or internet problems, or just on a sabbatical for a bit. Who knows? I must have found it. I see him screen sharing here. So he must have found it. Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't think that one was that long. It's only like 10 minutes.
I got it up. Yeah, it's
by far probably my favorite.
There's something that happens before this, but I don't have to show that one. It's just anyway. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. You guys ready? Ready?
Well,
you want to give it any? So what episode? This is season 2, episode.
It's season 2, episode 6, and right before this, Dan got captured for doing something. I forget what. Oh, we all went down to CERN and was trying to stop something from going down. I think he got arrested and thrown in YouTube jail or something like that. I don't know what it was, but here's us trying to get Dan out of YouTube jail. So here,
YouTube jail. I forget why, but yeah.
We'll watch it in its entirety. Here we go. Oh, that's loud.
Here we are. This is possibly this is YouTube jail. Yeah, I don't like this YouTube jail,
Yeah, it makes me a little nervous too, Noble.
Guts Armor, why did you sound like Dan just then?
No, I don't know. I didn't mean to.
right, let's go through here now. Yeah, excuse me. We're looking for a Dan Beep. Well, let me look it up here, sir. Let's see here. Dan, what did you say his last name was? Listen. His name is Scare Performance. Oh, Scare Performance. That troublemaker. Yeah, I got him right here. He's in lockup cell number 5. I'll have, guys, I'll just wait out here. Joe makes me nervous, you know? No problem there, Stonebender. Yeah, no problem. By the way, I like how we all say all of our own names as though we don't know who we are. Yeah, I know. That's pretty funny, isn't it? It's almost as though we want the audience to know who our names are. Yeah, like as though the audience are real people of us that's characters. Come on, let's go. All right, right this way, gentlemen. Come on. Oh, wow. Yeah, he looks kind of lonely in there, doesn't he? I didn't know he could play harmonica. He can't. Well, let's go visit him. Oh, hey, party people. Don't party people us, Dan. I'm just here to see you, man. We're gonna try to bail you out, but YouTube's got very strict policies. You know? Yeah, I know. I played a whole Vanilla Ice video. I mean, I sang a whole Vanilla Ice song. Yeah, I remember. You know, we could have just sung that probably. We didn't have to make the whole Vanilla Ice, you know. I know. Ice, ice, baby, yeah. Melba quit. Oh, sorry, dude, yeah. Sometimes I just get carried away, you know? Just stay right there, Dan. I'm gonna find out how much his bell is. Thank you, Armor. I don't think I'm going anywhere. Besides, I got a good old Noble here visiting with me, huh, Noble? Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. I was just downloading something. I wasn't listening. I'm sorry. You're always doing that, Noble. Yeah, I know. Ain't I funny? All right, you guys, pipe down in there. This is YouTube. Wait a minute, I gotta do this. YouTube gel.
What the heck?
Ew. Why did you do that? I'm suing you guys. Yeah, we're gonna sue YouTube. Shut up! You can't sue anybody. We'll just pipe down in there and be good. You've got a 30-day suspension where you can't go live. What do you mean go live? I mean, you gotta sit in there. Just be quiet. So, how much is the bell? Well, let me look it up here, sir. It's not always cut and dry. To get your friend out of jail, you're looking at about $30,000. $30,000? That's ridiculous. Listen, you. I was in the Air Force, and Hey, man! Like, knock it off, dude! Huh? Who the heck is that guy? I don't know, but maybe I should get, we need to talk. Get over here. Goods Armor. I hate to do this, but we're pretty desperate. Besides, after we do it, we could pretty much change the timeline. You know what I mean? With the DeLorean. Oh yeah, that's right. What we'll do is we'll have Bearded Rhino come down here, and here's what we're gonna do. Yep, I've learned how to play a harmonica since I've been in here. Dan, you've only been in here for like 30 minutes. Don't tell me
My favorite part right there.
only 30 minutes, man. That is absurd. Whatever. Okay, you distract the guard, and I'll go get Bearded Rhino.
Right. Hey, guard, did you know the end of the world is coming? Do you? What? Yeah. Oh, and, did you know God loves you, man? God doesn't love me. The hell? I'm YouTube. He loves everybody. That's bull. Get out of here with your propaganda. Oh, wait. Did you know something else? I'm Bearded Rhino! Bitch! Ah! Tricked ya.
I like that you did that.
God does love you, though. Seriously, he does. He loves everybody, you idiot. All right, Bearded Rhino, do your thing. Yeah! Bearded Rhino. All right, Dan, come on, let's get out of here. Oh my God, sir, you can't do this. Shut up, I can do anything I want. I'm a rhino, so check this shit out. Ah! Kind of figured this place would have alarms on it. What the hell? All right, everybody, let's get the hell out of here right now. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. To the DeLorean. What are you talking about? The DeLorean will only carry 2 people. Yeah, but then you guys can go back in time and save all of our butts. Oh, yeah, that's right. But first you got to get up to 88 miles an hour. Oh, yeah, that's true. And then you got to get away from the cops. Okay, stop saying things. Let's go, Dan. You got it. All right, come on, let's go. Get away from the police now. We'll lose them in the forest. Get him! Hey, Nobo, I thought this thing could fly. Oh, yeah, that's right. What the hell's wrong with me? Oh, it doesn't seem to work. Let's go! We're getting it up to 88. Let's go! Ah! Oops. Oh, where'd they go? Oh, they got away! Those assholes! Man, that was a close one, Dan. I'd say. Man, that was a close one. Thanks for saving my hide back there, Armor. I mean, Noble. What did you just not call me, Armor? Did you just not call me? I almost called you God's Armor. Okay, I made a mistake. Well, at least we're here. Yeah, but we're here. We've gone back to the past before you got YouTube jailed. I made sure that you were out of Susu's bar before we got there. Actually, I fast forwarded it. So the cops, I don't know what I did. But anyway, we'll find out next episode, eh? I'd say right now, our main concern is that convenience store. Oh no, not again. Do. Ah! Tune in next time for another exciting episode of The Mandela Family. Do. Ow! Not my chest! Damn it!
Oh man, that kill me.
I've learned to play the harmonica. You only been here 30 minutes.
Oh, brother.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Things you forgot, wanting to know whose channel that is. So that's Hebrew. That's your channel.
I don't know. How do I stop screen sharing? Oh, there it is. There we go.
He said your little inspired him to finish his story that he's been working on. Awesome. Can't wait to see it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, there's a whole story that went before that, and just there's
I would have noticed there's an 88 on the cop car roof. That was interesting.
Oh, yeah, I never Nice catch, man. I never even noticed that before. I probably watched that video 100 times. Well, not 100 times, but I've seen it a lot. I know that.
Yeah, things you forgot. He said that sounds like a good series. He did 2 years, two up, yeah, whatever you call it, 2 seasons. That's what. And he just started the 3rd season yesterday. So go back at his channel and check it out. There's a whole bunch of Mandela families. Do you have a playlist with them all in it?
Yeah, there should be a playlist, the Mandela Family playlist. I think I have on there.
Cool.
Saji, I'm getting worried about Saji down here. Is he okay? Oh, he muted up. So
Yeah, was I making noise?
yeah, sound like you were
Sorry.
snoring.
No, I'm in the kitchen. I'm sorry. I thought I was on mute.
I didn't even hear him.
Huh. That ear of mine must have really healed up.
I say you got super hearing now, dude.
All right, I'm sitting back down now. I think I turned every. Let me double. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, got to make sure you turn everything off. I know that sometimes we like to leave, and then when we leave the house, we go, "Did I turn the stove off?" You know, it's like one of the major things. But Robin Hill is. Oh, go ahead, man.
I was going to say, she said, well, we was talking about disappearing. Me and Soda was talking about disappearing. And you was talking about Noble's disappearing. She said she was walking down the street and lost signal. She disappeared, but she's back. So welcome back.
Okay.
Yeah, if only satellites were real at Robin, Soda said.
Yeah. During his disappearance, though, I think he did appear on Dan's show one time in the last 6 or 7 weeks. But I think that was it. And
I think it's 6 weeks or so.
I do hope. Well, I know he's all right. He's all right. He's got to be all right. I hope. So.
Yeah, I'm sure he's fine. And at least he knows a bunch of us care about him. I'm sure he'll be back.
I know he used to get a kick out of all those Mandela Family videos. He used to leave comments and stuff, and I was surprised when he would leave comments because he rarely ever does. But I think even Dan left a couple comments a few times when I very first started doing them. He's watched a few of them, I do believe.
Well, all I have to say is I'm looking forward to seeing how this new season plays out. You definitely got a good thing going on, and I think the season 3 is going to be a good one.
Well, I hope so. I've got some ideas as to where it's going. It's all, of course, as a sort of a sneak preview. Well, not a preview, but a sneak listen view, I guess you would call it. Is you guys all know it's going. We're all going to Guy Fawkes's house and pretty much the same bathroom to find that portal in the bathtub. Oh, by the way, Saji, you better tell your landlord to shut off that portal.
Yeah, I was curious. I was going to ask you. I guess it's something we'll find out later. But who it's going to be interesting to find out who my landlord is.
I don't know.
And I'm waiting to see who else might come through the portal before it gets shut.
Oh yeah, it should be a good one. Maybe I'll throw Robin in there somewhere if she's okay with it.
Like that's ever stopped you before?
Oh yeah, that's true. Hey, I tell you what, the whole story centered around Saji's bathtub, and he jokingly, I guess, I don't know if he was joking at first, but he goes, "Do me one favor and just don't show me in the bathtub. Whatever you do, I don't want anything to do with bathrooms whatsoever." And so, what did I do? I put him in about 3 scenes where he was in the bathroom.
Yeah, and I like how you spin it off of real life too, because said you really did have the leak in the bathroom and was treading water. And
Yeah, and then you had Armor messing with your computer, and he really does do things on computers. So
yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. I mean, he would never actually really do that in real life, so that's what makes it funny.
Like you said, if us in this community ain't got thick skins by now, goodness help us. You know what I mean? It's all in good fun.
Oh yeah. I don't think you would swat at flies with your sword either.
Rob says she has leaks in her bathroom too, so that's what's going on then. Portals? Question mark.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Yeah, you might want to check that out, Robin. Might want to have someone check that out. You don't want people just randomly showing up in your bathroom.
Yeah, you sure don't want Hebrew popping through a portal. Some scary stuff right there.
Right.
I love how you did Suso too. We're going to be doing trivia in half an hour. Definitely the Seuss. I love
Yeah, I
this.
just gotta find a better. I tried to use my Captain Picard figure, but I'd had to dig a whole bunch of stuff out and didn't really want to go through that. And I said, well, I got this figure right here just laying on the floor doing nothing, so I might as well use him. And we could say maybe he came back from a wedding or something, you know?
you mentioned that you had that figure laying there on the floor, not doing nothing, as if most of the time they're not laying on the floor and they're actually doing something.
Right. Hey, you don't know what those guys do between takes, you know? They're crazy.
That's true. I do
All
like
right,
my
this-
character figure, by the way.
Do what now?
I like my new character figure. He's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
cool.
man. Much better.
And who am I? Who is the guy that is me? I don't even know who that is.
It's just some generic guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I figure I must be, what am I, a Game of Thrones guy or something?
You're like a what was those movies with all the the lightning and like
That is-
Zeus and not Zeus. Why did I say Zeus? I meant Zeus, like Zeus. And what were those movies called? There's like the
Clash of the Titans.
yeah, like Clash of the Titans type figures, you know.
Ah, cool.
So well, hey guys, I think we've kind of run out of topics to talk about, haven't we?
I didn't even know we had any to start with.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Robin says she's going to try to find her an interdimensional plumber to marry.
There you go. Whew, 500. Man.
Yeah, that's crazy. My electric bills are that high, but man, my water bill runs like 50 to 60. Sometimes 500. Holy smokes.
Now, let me ask you this though: is your water bill tied into other things? Like mine's tied into trash pickup, so I don't know.
Yeah, here I just got like a water sewer bill from the water company, so it's water and sewer.
Okay.
Wow, 800 a couple of times. Holy man.
When they get you on the water and sewer, talk about get you coming and going, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. That's
I couldn't even imagine. That's horrible.
but yeah, what do you say we how do you guys feel about wrapping things up? I mean, unless Saji's got stuff to talk about, I know he just came in not even a few minutes ago, so I mean, I'm sure you got plenty on your brain there. Maybe you should give your brain communication with your voice box there a little try, huh?
Yeah, actually, I've been here like about an hour and 20 minutes, and yeah, I was only about a half hour late for the show, wasn't I?
Yeah, I don't know. We was probably a half hour into it or so. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
welcome, Dave. And yeah, Robin, always something that needs repaired. Believe me, if you've seen my house, there's always something that needs repaired. And condolences on your father.
Yeah, and I really honestly don't have anything pressing to talk about. I mean, I'll hang out for as long as you guys want to hang out, but I don't have nothing really, to be honest.
The only thing I have is more Mandela Family clips, but I'm sure we've got our eyes full of those so far. So I don't. What I thought about doing is premiering one that we've never seen before, just a brand new one, and putting it on here and get our natural reactions from it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, but you don't have one already, though, do you? Like now?
Oh no.
Yeah. So the next one, before you release it, you'll just premiere it live on Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
All right, I'm with you.
Yeah, there you go. That'd be awesome. Yeah,
Oh.
Robin said she's single mom and can't afford all that stuff. She wants to get an apartment or marry a plumber. So, yep. Yeah, it's and a single mother out there. My daughter's a single mother, more or less, with 3 of them. So it's not easy. Yeah, being a homeowner is definitely expensive. No doubt about it. Said there's always something to work on. Yeah, I ain't got much else to talk about. We want to wrap her up. We can wrap her up. How long we been going? Probably an hour or more.
Sorry, I was muted up. Yeah, we've been going 2 hours and 22 minutes so far.
Holy moly, 222. We can't end there. They already think I'm a Satanist.
Right? Oh. Well, Saji,
Well, I don't know.
what did you fix for lunch?
I'm reheating spaghetti I made yesterday for dinner.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that spaghetti. I'll tell you what about spaghetti, man. You talking about you made so much spaghetti, it was so heavy it almost fell out of your hands.
Yeah, actually, I was saying I had to use 2 hands to carry the plate. I was afraid I was going to slide off.
That's never good. Never good when you lose your sketty.
No, I wanted to, I was telling him yesterday I didn't even think I was really that hungry when I didn't want to cook, but I knew I was going to get hungry later, blah blah blah. I was just kind of, complaining, I guess, for lack of a better word. And then when I went up there, finally got it on the stove, and I went, when you first lift up the lid to check on it or whatever, and that fresh tomatoey aroma comes pouring out of the lid, and then all of a sudden I realized how hungry I was. I couldn't wait to eat it.
Yeah, I did just get a news flash from the woman's desk.
And what's that say?
A player for the Saints just got fined for wearing a headband that says "Man of God" that was under his helmet that you can't even see when he's got his helmet on. But he just got a
Oh, wow.
Man of God headband.
You can't make this stuff up,
He did win the appeal though, so he don't have to pay the fine, but he ain't allowed to wear it anymore.
What's the big deal whether he does or not if nobody can see it?
Well, because
Well, I mean, I guess there's times when he takes his helmet off or it could be knocked off or whatever, but still.
yeah, that's just where we're at in America.
Yep.
They don't like the Man of God headband. So I'm sure they hate most of my shirts.
He turned around and started selling them for charity.
Cool. So now he's selling those headbands for charity. So Father always takes evil and makes it good, my people. Don't ever doubt.
children's hospital down
for the Children's Hospital in New Orleans. So I might just have to go online and try to find me one of those. Get me a Man of God headband. That sounds awesome. Plus help a child. What more could you want?
Yep. It's a win-win.
Win-win. So keep that in mind. Anyone that's got a little extra money, maybe go buy a headband. Help the children's thing in New Orleans.
I'll tell you what, that sounds good, man. I'll tell you, I was thinking about, and this is a little off the topic, but it does have something to do with charity. I don't know when I want to start doing it. I think I want to sell some more t-shirts first and then see where it goes. But I was thinking about starting up our own little charity. And I mentioned a long time ago, but I never really win anything with it. You know how I am, Saji. You know, I'm the Mister Procrastinator. You know, uh, but anyway, I was thinking about starting a charity, and it was going to be for people who lost a loved one. You know, maybe their husband died, or maybe their father died, or maybe their any loved one. Really, it doesn't matter. But the point is, uh, um, my stepdad died about, well, I guess coming up in this next March will be 2 years. But my mom got in a situation where I think she still owed about $10,000 on his funeral expenses, and so I thought, you know what? There's probably a lot of people in that situation where they have trouble with funeral expenses, burying a loved one. Just I mean, it's bad enough that you lost that person. You're going through the grief and everything, and now you got to somehow struggle through um, paying the day to day bills on top of that. Not to mention having to uh, having to bury a loved one. I mean, that's harsh enough, but you know the charity would be sell a t-shirt, and however many, whatever the profits, whatever profits I get off the t-shirts was however much I'm going to put towards the charity. And I think that I want to start that, but I want to see, let's sell a few t-shirts first and see where it goes from there, and get something built up, and then maybe start the charity. And I don't know, but so that's where it all started from, me losing my stepdad, and my mom not, she still owes about $10,000 on his funeral expenses. And he doesn't even, the sad thing is, he doesn't even have a headstone yet. So, and the other sad thing about it is the company he was working for is relation. They're all related, so it's kind of sad situation there too. But anyway, with that being said, if anyone has any ideas or anything, I'd like to know what Sagittarically speaking and Armor Up, what you guys think about the whole thing. Think about what I should do. Maybe I should wait and hold off until we've made some more sales, or do you think I should just go ahead and start it?
Well, I know we talked about it, quite a while. I guess almost 2 years ago, if it's been that long since your father-in-law passed, because it wasn't long after that, I think, when we first talked about it. I can't believe it's that long already, but that's blowing my mind. But you think you'd know by now how fast time goes, but it always blows my mind. I can't believe it's been almost 2 years. But I think what I would do if I was you, I would have, like in Teespring, you can do your different, whatever they call it, campaigns or something. You can have your different storefronts or whatever it's called. I would do a line just for that. We'll figure out some type of design or something just for that. Every time you sell that that line, whether it's a coffee cup or a shirt or with that logo, whatever you decide to use. I would make one specific or two specific, whatever. I would make a specific shirt or shirts that every time you sold one would go towards the charity instead of trying to mix the two together. You know what I mean? Instead of every time I sell one of our shirts you got now, trying to mix that in, I would do a whole separate line.
Yeah, and it would be a whole different design on the shirt. You might have something where we make reference. You should still mention our channel, but we could, make reference to the name of the charity or the message behind, what the T-shirt represents. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, like I said, any feedback is welcome.
But it is one of those taboo subjects. Nobody ever talks about it ahead of time. Then the person ends up passing away. Then nobody knows if they had insurance, life insurance for sure or not. It happens often and often. And then families, people expected certain family members to step up and help with this or that, and they don't. A lot of times families go through. I mean, it's not as if you're not going through enough, with the unexpected loss. Then you're finding out, that people you thought were going to be there for you aren't always necessarily. That isn't always necessarily the case. And then on top of all that, you got these, you have these funeral homes and cemeteries, and they're. I mean, I know they're running a business, but they really do take advantage of people in a time of distress. They all really are in cahoots with each other. Kind of like how you hear about like the gas prices across the street. And they know that when they see they raise their prices, they raise the price on their gas, as well. Well, I've when I've been talking to some of these when I've had unexpected deaths in the family, and I'm talking to certain funeral home people, they're telling me that they're all in a little network. They all know what each other's charging for plots. They all know what each other's charging for all the little different things that they offer, and they're making sure that nobody's underbidding the other guy too much. And then beyond all that, they're making sure they charging you as much as they can possibly get away with, because they know that you're in a vulnerable state and you don't really have no choice if everybody else in town is charging the same rates as they are. It's really a sad state of affairs.
For sure.
And then you got people like me, for instance, with my brother. He has no insurance because you basically can't get insurance for those type of people. And if you do, you're going to pay way high. So, I'm looking at the same situation. And when he passes away, we're going to be in a world of hurt because he has no insurance. We have no pay, So there's also that angle for the people that have special needs, people that don't have insurance, whether they want to or not. They just can't afford it, or it ain't even offered. So you got that whole category of people.
But with you telling the story, you explained it a little bit more thoroughly this time than you did last time, or I wasn't listening as well as I was this time, or a combination of both. But if you're thinking about doing, we've only sold like 2 shirts, so it's not like we're kind of counting chickens before they hatch here. But if you were going to start a line and you were going to think about doing charity, and you mentioned that you still haven't even got a plot for your stepdad, I mean, maybe just work on accomplishing that first, and once you accomplish that, then donate it to, have the funds go to other charities. I would hate for you not to take care of your own before you start trying to help everyone else.
The plot's there. I mean, obviously he's buried in it, but I mean the headstone. There's no headstone.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant to say. The headstone. Yeah.
Yeah. But when I said 2 years, he died. It's almost been 2 years. It'll be 2 years in March. It's only been a year. But when I think when I talked about it, when I told you that it had already been almost over a year when I told you about it.
Okay, that makes a little more sense.
Yeah, because we haven't even been talking.
Well, I think it was when me and you talked about it. It was probably 6, 7, 8 months ago.
Right. Yeah, it hasn't. He's been gone for nearly 2 years, but when I talked to you about it, he had already been gone for a year.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Robin's my brother could probably get cheap life insurance. I don't know of any. If anybody knows of an insurance company that covers special needs people at a reasonable price, let me know. Because I know they're happy to give them insurance, but you're going to pay 3, 4, 5, 6 times a normal rate because their life expectancy is so short. You know,
Yeah, and it probably has to do with the amount of the policy too. Like I doubt you're going to get like a $500,000 policy, but you might be able to get just enough to cover burial expenses. You know.
I don't know. I know I got $5,000 on me, and it $5,000 again, and $5,000 on my wife, and that alone cost us over $50 a month. And now I'm unemployed, so even that's going to be fun to keep going. And that's just for well, I hate to say normal people, but you know what I mean. That's just for people that aren't handicapped or have a very short life expectancy. So I imagine insurance for him would be at least 3, 4, 5 times that. So you're talking hundreds. Around 30 a month. Yeah, if I could find insurance for 30 a month for him, of course, like I said, right now, we'll play it by ear. Father never let me down. I ain't worried. But yeah, right now there ain't no income to worry about expenses going out. But yeah, I think it's a great idea, Hebrew. I think, like I said, though, I'd just do a whole separate line and also make a way that people could, maybe they don't want a shirt and just want to donate $10 or $100 or whatever. I'd also make sure you had a PayPal linked with it too, rather than just Teespring. I'd have a couple avenues for people to donate to the charity.
For sure. I mean, well, I appreciate that, guys. Yeah, I'll do it that way. I'll do the I'll look into the different stuff and hey, there's Stone Bender. I didn't know he was here.
Stone, howdy, Stone.
Sorry, I got sidetracked there for a second. But I'll look into that, and we got to come up. So what you're saying is basically use different slogans. Don't just use the Shifty Sunday slogan.
Yeah, I would make your own shirt. That way people that specifically want to donate to the charity know to buy that shirt rather than people who just want to get a shirt for the show. You know what I mean? I would definitely have its own line, whether it's one shirt or 2 shirts or 5 designs or 10 or whatever. I would definitely have its own specific place.
Stone Bender is talking about. I guess we were talking about the shirts. He said Hebrew pants, Hebrew cummerbund. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about all that, but
I would like to see a He-Man tuxedo or a Hebrew tuxedo.
Well, you found one. You found it.
Call it a he. You could call it a he. Let's see, what would it be? A he tux bro or something to that effect. Bro. There you go. A tuxedo.
I think it's funny that Saji's just taking clothes out of my closet. It's hilarious.
Well, they don't fit you anymore, so.
Right. So So what did you think about the action figure I had for you? Anyway, I had 2 different ones. You could tell that. So talking to you, Saji. Uh-oh. He forgot to unmute.
Oh no, I didn't know who it was. But he said it's just some generic person.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just curious to know like what line it came out of or what show or whatever it would have been on.
But we got a lone one in the house. Hey, why don't we do this? We got 10 watching right now. If we're totally out of topics, why don't we go ahead and give this room, by we of course I mean you, God's armor, one final shout out, and then we'll wrap it up. How's that sound, guys?
All right. Sounds like a wiener. All right, we got Stonebender in the house, a lone one. Rubbing Keneally with a wrench. Salted Cedar, of course, in the house, listening at work. We got Dave East in and out the house. The things you forgot. I always want to say the truth with his name. I don't know why. There's no truth in his name, but for some reason I want to say the truth you forgot. But the things you forgot. Of course, we had Go-Kart Bob cruising in earlier. Tobin Schwing was here. I think that's everybody. Hopefully I didn't forget anybody. Let me scroll down, make sure nobody popped in to wave. Okay, I think that's everyone. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. And a lone one said he's doing a full body donation when they pass. They harvest what they can use and then cremate the rest, and there's no charge. Huh. It's interesting. I'd never do that to my brother, just simply because he couldn't really consent to that. But definitely something I wouldn't mind doing for myself to save my wife and them a lot of money. They could just keep the $5,000. But didn't know about that. Interesting.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe from truth sets you free. That could be, but I don't know. I just always want to say the truth you forgot instead of the things you forgot.
Well, didn't he used to have a different name and it changed or something?
I'm not sure. You'd have to ask him that. He's in the chat. Or he was in the
I think. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I'm not sure if he ever had a different name.
Like, wasn't his name the Mind Sizz or something like that?
Maybe, yeah. Now that you mention that, I think yes, possibly. Now that you say that, that does sound familiar. That may have been the same icon.
Let's see what they're saying in chat.
Not much. He sold it thanking us for the show in the chat. Robin says that's what she thinks of when she sees his name. That could be what's popping in my head every time I see his name, because they are both sort of long and run together like that. So highly possible.
Every time I see a lone one, it kind of reminds me of a lone wolf. I don't know. I digress. I'm just saying. Just kind of reminds me of there used to be a lone wolf, I thought. Crickets. 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 Everybody quiet now. I wouldn't want y'all talking at once.
Trying to figure out supper. Talking to the wife. She's getting ready to run to the store. Can't decide on supper. What do you guys suggest? Any good suggestions out there for supper? When you get to be as old as us, it's like, man, everything tastes.
Well, I can tell you that the spaghetti is pretty good.
Yeah, I know. We just had spaghetti there last week. So.
It is Taco Tuesday, you know.
Yeah. But we just had Taco Tuesday, last Taco Tuesday, too, she said.
That reminds me, don't I owe you guys like some nachos or something like that?
Yeah, I never did get my drink, and we never did get our leftover taco salad or nachos, which it switched to halfway through.
Yeah, I did switch it, didn't I?
Robin's trying to figure out what they have for dinner, too. I know.
Well, I can tell you the one thing I miss is meatloaf
Oh
I don't
man.
really know how to make meatloaf. I mean, I could probably figure it out, but
Oh sure.
when I was
Yeah, that ain't a bad
back
idea.
when my mom was still around, she always made a good meatloaf.
Oh yeah, man. Well, here's how I usually do it. And I'll let Armor share his recipe. I know he's dying to. Um, you take about 2 pounds or maybe 3 pounds, depends on how many people's eating. I usually make 3 pounds because I just don't know how to do it any other way. And I take the meat, take your ground beef and whatever, and mix it. Here's how I do it. I mix it with 2 eggs, get 2 eggs in there, mix it up with some breadcrumbs, some ketchup, um, onions, peppers, mix it all up in the bowl. Now, that's very important. You must mix it up with your hands. You mix it all up in there with your hands, your bare naked hands, and just mix it all up, make it all nice and good. You want to make it sure it sticks all together, and you take a pan or something, and you can shape it if you want to. You don't have to, but the way I always do it is I take one of those square pans and I press down on it and shape the meatloaf and just shape it into the size of a loaf, and then put it in one of those pans. I don't know what they're called, but they're shaped. They're kind of it's hard to describe, but you put it in one of those. Oh, ooh,
You mean loaf pan?
yeah, loaf pan. You put it in one of those, and sometimes what I like to do is take some raw bacon, and strap it around the edges of the meatloaf, and just strap it around there. And I forgot to mention though, you might want to spray that pan first with some non-cooking spray, or maybe you'd like to take some butter. Some people take some butter and they um, uh, whap it. Whap it? That's not a word. They slather the pan in butter, and then that way it doesn't stick so much. And then throw it in your oven for 450 degrees for about 30 minutes. And of course, you want to go ahead and check it every so often. And once the bacon is you don't want it crispy. You want to make sure it's like pink on top, and you can pretty much tell when it's done. When it's brown, it's done. So, or at least in my case, it is. But you want to kind of cut into it a little bit and check. Yeah, some people like it pink inside. Some people like it barely pink inside. Some people like it well done or whatever. I like mine a little bit pinkish on the pinkish side. Now, of course, the ketchup is gonna interrupt with that and make it a little bit pinkish looking too. But anyway, that's my recipe for meatloaf. How about you, Armor Up?
I don't have a recipe. I got a wife who takes great care of me. She probably has a recipe. I just know it's good.
Oh, okay.
Maybe chicken soup. And we just had chicken corn soup the other day, homemade. That was awesome. Lone One put some big pork ribs in the crock pot. Oh man, we was just talking. She did a beef roast in the pressure cooker Sunday, and I said, man, that'd definitely be the way to do some ribs too. So yeah, that sounds good.
I'll tell you what I haven't had, and I need to start getting some ingredients for it, and that's chili. I haven't had chili this fall yet.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm about to maybe tomorrow. I got me some fresh peppers, and I am gonna make me up a good batch of chili. I cook when it's chili time. I make the chili, but yeah, I need to make a big pot of chili. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. And Lone One says they subscribe to Collard Valley Cook on YouTube. Does old timey country cooking. There you go, baby. Check that out. Collard Valley Cook. We do get a lot of interesting ideas and recipes from YouTube.
Man, I'm gonna have to.
Beef combined is how Robin does her meatloaf, turkey and beef burger. Interesting. I think the wife just uses beef burger, but when I do my chili, I use beef and a little pork and fresh peppers and let's see what else. Fresh onion. I put a little of my hot peppers in it, some chili powder, some salsa, and
And just a splash of lime.
of course beans. Yeah, I think I have to make me up a big batch of chili. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow.
What? Your turn.
Makes
What's your chili recipe? I'll give you mine here in a minute. I just want to know how you make your chili.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, pretty much the same thing he just said. I keep it really simple. I'm, to me, the thing with chili is the specific kind of chili powder that you have to use. There's a brand of chili powder called French's Chilio. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's not always in the same section as like your other chili powder. For whatever reason, it gets put in a separate section. I don't know why. You have to ask them for where it is sometime. But that particular brand of chili powder, I always try to make sure I buy that, because some of these other generic off brands, you'll open the packet and it's like a I don't know how to explain, like a grayish brown, like it's not even the color of a chili pepper. It's not red.
Wow.
So I'm like, what the heck am I using in my chili if my chili's gonna turn out grayish brown? I don't want to use that chili powder.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'll try to get some habanero peppers or some ghost peppers, and I chop them up real fine. And I usually put somewhere between 3 to 4, depending on how big the pot is and how hot I want it. Because I cook those down in with the hamburger when I'm frying the hamburger or browning the hamburger at the very beginning, to try to get them that heat broke down as fast as possible, and also to give the hamburger meat a little bit of zing, so that the hamburger, when like when you're eating chili and you bite into the hamburger, sometimes you actually taste the meat, and then if you can taste just a little bit more zing off that pepper, I don't know, it just makes the chili better, in my opinion.
Oh, that's interesting. See, I usually just brown my meat alone.
Yeah.
And then put everything into a big pot and let it all cook together. But I always use the, what do you call it? The chopper thing that chops up the peppers and stuff into like more of a dice type pepper.
Oh yeah. I got one.
Yeah. When you're using the habanero or the ghost peppers, you got to mince them up really fine. Like because you don't want to bite into a big old chunk of ghost pepper unless you're that kind of man that can handle it.
I run through that thing. I run my green peppers or regular bell type peppers. They're not always green. In fact, I got a purple and a yellow one for this batch. But your regular sweet pepper and my hot peppers, I run everything through the mincer. I forget what it's called.
Blender. It's a blender.
Nah, it ain't a blender.
It's a food processor.
Well, yeah, but it's a little bitty thing.
So it's still.
It's like a food processor.
That's what the wife's telling me. It's just a food processor, but it's a little bitty thing. It ain't a food It's sort of.
Is it manual or does it plug in?
Well, it plugs in, but it's only like about as big around as a coffee cup. It ain't like.
Yeah, I understand.
I'll tell you what.
I know what you mean. But yeah, try adding the peppers to the beef when you're browning it, right before you, like right as you throw the meat in, and you got it broken up into so that it's not all one big clump of meat. That's the perfect time to add the peppers.
I'll tell you what I do.
The hot ones. Everything else can wait.
I'll try that this time.
I'll tell you what I do sometimes when I want to cut up my peppers and onions, and when I want to cut them down to a fine mince, as you call it. I use the nut chopper. You know what I'm talking about? The nut chopper, the one you chop walnuts. It's got the handle on top and like the little blades on the bottom. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I think so. Yeah, it's like a circle, and it's got a handle, and you just press it down.
Yeah, it's got like a little wooden thing on the bottom, like a little wooden circle on the bottom. But anyway, that's what I usually use if I want to mince things up, But I put all my spices. I put chili powder. I put my sometimes I'll even do the chili seasoning. I'll do that too. Onions, peppers, and even the hot peppers, and I'll mix them all in with the meat while I'm cooking the meat. That's what I like to do, and I'll just brown the meat, and then I'll take the when it's brown, then I'll take it along with all the grease. You got to have the grease in there. And I use 2 different beans. I use the kidney beans and I use the chili beans, like smaller, the chili beans. And
Now, question: when you're getting the beans, are you getting them out of a can?
do what now?
The beans, are you using a can of beans?
Yeah, I'm using canned beans.
Now, do you pour in that bean juice that's in there with the beans, or do you separate the beans like under a strainer so you're not getting all that like gooey stuff that's in the can with the beans? Do you pour
Oh
that in
no,
the chili?
I mix that in there with it, man.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
Yeah, that kind of thickens it up a little bit when you do that. You don't
All
really
right.
runny chili. I mean, at least I don't. But and then I'll chop up all my hot peppers, like you guys mentioned, and then I'll use crushed tomatoes and salsa. I get a jar of salsa that's already got the peppers and onions and stuff in it, and I'll mix all that stuff in there. Now sometimes if I'm lazy about it, I won't chop up any peppers or onions. I'll just get a great big huge jar of salsa that pretty much has all that already in there, and then mix it into a big old crock pot. So I mix all that into a crock pot, and then I pretty much let the crock pot take over from there.
Now, are you making chili or are you making avocado toscado?
Yeah, but I also use very important ingredient that I put in mine is the little cans of what's it called? Shoot, I can't think of the name of it now. But they're basically like a chili pepper that's already diced up that comes in a can. I use them also.
The green chilies?
Yeah, they're sort of green chilies, but there's a certain name. It's a certain brand. I can't think of it without.
You talking
seeing it.
about Rotella or Rotel?
That's it, Rotel.
Yeah.
Yep. It is. I use 2 cans of those also, but I have to have my fresh peppers. You know what I mean? That's why I only make chili like certain times. Like right now, I got a bunch of fresh peppers from the garden, so got to have the fresh peppers even with the salsa and stuff. In my opinion, in my chili.
Well, I gotta say, guys, that about does it for me. I've said all I'm gonna say, and I ain't gonna say no more. So, if you guys can,
Why am I skeptical?
very, I'll let you give your final thoughts, guys. My final thought is this: listen, just sit back, relax, don't take life so serious, and take life as it comes. And you know what? We've had a good time with this show, I think, or at least I hope we have. I hope everyone that's in chat right now has had a good time and enjoyed themselves. And we'll see you guys all next time. That's my final thought. Take it away. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Grab a tiger by its toe. Sanji, let you go first. Go ahead.
Well, I don't really have any deep philosophical thoughts going through my brain at this exact moment. However, I can say that I am looking forward to hearing the Taco Tuesday theme song because I missed it at the intro, and it kind of sets the mood. So I didn't really get in the full Taco Tuesday frame of mind when I got here. So I am looking forward to hearing the Taco Tuesday theme song on the way out.
Yep, and the Taco Tuesday theme song is my wife's favorite part of the show. So definitely a good thing. Yeah, my final thoughts, not much. Just, be nice to each other, love each other, enjoy life. It's too short to argue and fight about just because you think different than someone else. So just be open to everybody, be loving to everybody, and treat everybody with respect, and everything will be all right. That's basically my final thought.
And watch out for people just showing up in portals and vortexes in your bathroom.
Yes, keep a towel handy at all times.
Good one, man. I like that. Cool. Well, for everyone here at the Hebrew channel, we all wish you good thoughts and good dreams and whatnot have you. And Happy Taco Tuesday, everybody. Here we go. Good night, everybody.